So do you record this on Pro Tools?
Logic.
Logic, okay.
Yeah, you can put that mic up a little bit too.
Okay.
Comfortable. Bro. We here.
God. Is the fan cool? You get blowing shit? All
That's
right.
fine. Yo, we really here, bro.
Oh, God.
We rolling too.
Bet.
How are you, bro? Thank you for fucking having me. First and foremost.
Hey, we here, y'all.
Yo.
Shout out to the Offworld podcast.
We just teleported to LA. We somewhere in Hollywood right now. We can't get an exact location. Close these. They dropping bombs on LA. Welcome to the Offworld podcast. This is like a real special episode, man. Like, I'm sitting here with produced by Turtle, videographer, producer, rapper. We can get into that.
Facts.
Bro does a lot of shit, man. We'll definitely get into all that. He was nice enough to have us here in the crib in Hollywood, so we had to fly out. And we hope you guys enjoy this episode. This is the second episode of season 2 too, bro.
Facts. Bet, that's dope.
So we moving, man.
Season 2, man. I gotta ask you, how do you like season 2? Like, how is this going for you? How do you like starting the podcast and already making it to season 2? Like,
yeah, so it's like, it was really unnecessary. Even just ending season 1 and calling it season 2, it could have just been a continuous thing. But I just felt like it was
well, how many episodes y'all did?
50. So 50. It's 50. No, it's 49 episodes.
Damn,
in season 1.
50 episodes?
Yeah, this episode 51 right here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I was like, with the season 1 shit and like going into season 2, I think it was just like, it's almost like a benchmark, like a marker, just to kind of see where we at with it and like the growth and shit like that. But it doesn't really matter. Season 1, season 2, same shit.
That shit matter.
I didn't even tell you about the new show I'm working on. Did I tell you about that?
Nah, what's up? What you working on?
I don't even want to talk about it. We're going to talk about that off camera.
I ain't tell you about it. Did I tell you about it?
Just know it's coming,
This
though.
is how crazy Selmir is, y'all. That nigga just tease y'all right in front of y'all faces. Because I watched the Offworld podcast. I actually watched this shit. So now that's why it's just funny for me to be on here. But now we got a new show coming that I don't even know about. Y'all don't know about, so.
Yeah, we're going to get into it. Just know, all I can say is it's going to be a mobile show.
That's fire.
And bro is the first person to actually put in work while he's on the show. He's editing a video right now. You want to talk about whose it is or anything?
Nah, we ain't gonna talk about who it is, what it's for, none of that kind of shit. This is doing too much. But I will say, I did plan to be here on the podcast without this. But as y'all know, I be working, man. I gotta, sometimes I might have to pull up and get this done while I do a podcast, because why would I say no to either or? So this is what y'all get. And I'm still going to be attentive and talk to y'all, because it's just like having the homie here, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I have my friends here, bro, I'm going to talk to them niggas either way, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still going to edit. I'm going to do what I do. So ain't nothing new over here.
Do a lot of things at once.
For sure.
That's kind of that's one thing I wanted to talk to you about too, bro. It's like,
for sure.
Just you do a lot of shit, and I'm inspired by that, because I feel like I'm one of those people too that I don't like to put myself in a box of just doing one thing.
You engineer, don't you?
Let me turn my gain up a little bit.
You engineer, don't you?
Yeah, I engineer most of my shit too.
That's fire. See, I knew that about you. So you engineer, you have a podcast, and you make music, right? What else do you do? Or is there anything else I'm not missing or some shit?
My bad. We good? I think we straight. Yo. All right. But yeah, bro, I engineer most of my shit. Like I engineer for myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I engineer for a couple of, like, some people too sometimes, but I'm more do that shit for myself. But yeah, I engineer, bro. I fucking rap, do this podcast and shit. I do electrical work.
Hey,
I sell things here and there.
Rap too.
I feel like I have a talent in selling shit too.
Oh yeah, you
like I sold kitchen cutlery. I sold everything. I don't, but
that's crazy. My cousin used to sell that shit.
Or
I feel like any nigga who tells me they sell knives before, I don't trust. But I trust you.
I sold knives.
I know.
Yeah, kitchen cutlery. High quality kitchen cutlery.
Because y'all niggas keep me on the phone trying to convince me I need some knives. Like, I don't even know. That's a talent, though. That's how you know that's a fucking weird talent. Like, you can sell some knives to a nigga who don't need them. Like.
But yeah, bro, even like, just with you, bro, like, what does that mean to you? Like, even like Kanye kind of broke. We were talking about this on the phone, I think. Like, yeah. Kanye kind of broke those barriers of like people could do more than one thing, or like.
Yeah. So I'll say like this: it's a lot of people who did that too, I would like to say a lot of like people got to understand hip hop. You know, you started a DJ MC. It's kind of like one and the same. You know, a DJ might host a whole party full of hundreds of people and be like, you know, what's on they want to hear. He might, you know, start performing the record even though he ain't even, you know, write the record. He might be getting them to engage with it. I feel like that's just like in the roots of hip hop to be very talented. Because if you look at hip hop, it was what, breakdancing, graffiti, you know, rapping, freestyling, MCing, like all these things were just all the creative arts. So I'm truly a student of that, to be honest with you. And that's why like I started off by rapping, you know. I was young, I was rapping and shit. And then I got into doing music videos even younger. So I tell people I've been doing videos for 2 years. That's true, but that's not true. Cause my interest was initially like, you know, perks when I was like 13, I think. Cause I had my own song I had recorded with this girl, Monty Strings, and I actually know her to this day. And shout out to her because she ended up doing a bunch of dope shit with, you know, Kendrick and Nipsey and all types of people. But that was the first engineer who ever recorded me. And I was like, you know, like I said, very young, like anywhere from like 11 to, you know, 14, I was recording with her. And I was doing these shows and shit. I'd be performing. I'd be doing all types of shit. But long story short, you know, she taught me how to like engineer. And I saw her engineering and I was already making music. And so a female actually put me on to production and engineering. It was a girl named Destiny Roberts. She used to make beats on FL Studio when I was younger.
Yeah.
And it was funny to me because a girl came to me. She was like, yeah, I made beats. Check them out. And I'm like, you made beats? Like, all my life, I ain't never just, like, thought about it too much, you know? And she played me her beats, and her beats were cold. Like, this was a CD player, bro. Like, this back in the day shit. You know, I'm young as hell.
In Minnesota.
Yeah, she played me at this place called Arsus. And she played me these beats. I'm like, man, this beat's hard. And then so, you know, I'm going to record Monty, and she's a female engineer. So I literally, you know, I was looking at women at that time, like, you know, that's amazing. Like, some of my biggest inspirations early in life were females. You know, you talk about the Kanyes and shit. Back to that point, I say all that to say this. When I saw Kanye West do what he did, it wasn't like, oh, I'm a fan of Kanye West. Kanye has a saying, if you're a fan of Kanye West, you're a fan of yourself.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's a real thing, bro, because like I became a fan of myself. I said, oh shit, this nigga crazy as fuck because he's talented. You know, I'd like to tell people you can't be crazy as fuck and have nothing to you. That's like being ugly as fuck and talking about everybody in the room. Like you really shouldn't be the one talking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Kanye was crazy because he could be. And I realized like in second grade, I remember standing on my chair and telling my teacher, like, I'm gonna sell beats, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna la-da-da-da. She looking at me like, nigga, you out your damn mind. And you can ask my nigga Joe Goodman, I'm gonna tag the nigga under this video because he can tell you it's true. My teacher, Miss Frost, I pulled up on her with my CD and I said, I just recorded this song last night, play it for the whole class. I'm on my Kanye shit. This is my, you know, metaphor.
What grade was this?
This is like second grade, bro.
Yeah.
And you gotta keep in mind, if I'm coming from only first to second, I'm already on bullshit. I'm already like, nah, this ain't cut for me. I'm finna fuck the whole frequency up, you know? So I told this guy, I said, play my shit, man, play my song, you know? But yeah. Yeah, she definitely.
All right, we good. I think my bad, bro, for cutting you off. I think my mic was fucking up that whole time. Hold on.
Oh, you good? Yeah, we can get all the settings and shit like that too. I ain't even tripping.
Yep. All right, we are good now. I believe they can hear me. They can hear me.
All right, bet.
We good.
Y'all can hear. Nah, but yeah, so I saw people like Kanye, right? And then so I made the teacher play the song. That's why I was going with that. So we can cut that. We can figure that out. Or not. Who cares? They can see my train of thought. I be dealing with a lot. I think in 5D. No bullshit. Anyways,
I see.
So
I'm trying to keep up right here.
It's some shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. This is why this has to happen because, like, bro, it's not about being media trained or not. I'll be transparent with people. I tell them the real truth to it because it's like, this shit really, it shocks me sometimes. So I played Miss Frost, the song. You know, she like, this shit cool or whatever, but it became a thing. Everybody in my school knew I rapped at that point, you know?
Yeah.
So this is before, you know, like people know me as a producer. People know me as an engineer. People know me as a videographer. Before anything, I had a school in Woodbury, Minnesota, knew me as like the hottest rapper in the state. Like they thought I was just the coldest nigga ever. Cause like I was, first of all, disclaimer, I was the only black kid in this school because like I said, my mom, you know, she was already different. She had us in the hood, but she was adopted. Shout out to my grandparents, you know, she's adopted by white people in a suburban area. And that's why she was like, I can't have
How old
y'all.
was she when she was adopted?
Young, like she, long story, but yeah, basically young. She was raised with my grandpa, and he adopted her, and he took care of her. He, you know, taught her a great way in life. So, you know what I'm saying? So, what you call it? Yeah, so I was in the suburbs, and I looked at that like, all all right, this is cool, but, you know, what can I do to, like, separate myself? Because I didn't feel like I just fit in. So why would I try to do more? You know, you often see kids, and that's why, you know, I tell these kind of stories, because you often see kids try to fit in and say, well, this is where I'm from. I should be embarrassed. Or this is, you know, I was broker than everybody in that school, but I had more attention on me than everybody in the school. And that was intentional. You know, if I could be funny, you know, I could get their attention. If I can convert their laughs into eyes, and once they have their eyes on me, I could show them this. You know, this is just early on me being on some Gary Vee marketing shit before I knew it existed. So got that school fucking with my music and shit. And then from there, that's where like the production shit started really going crazy, because, you know, Soulja Boy's emerging and Lil B's emerging, and these kind of people are fucking up the waves, because it's like, yo, they're changing it to where people like me, I'm like, all right, I can do this for my school. This not no Instagram, no Twitter shit, you know? So I'm viral in these days, but in a whole different, you know, realm. And I mean viral because to a kid it's viral. Right now,
if everybody in your school knows about it, it's viral.
Metaphorically,
to you, like,
I'm like clapping in a room and no one's looking. But like to the world, you know, look. But to that school, I was doing some shit. You know, I don't know how much kids are in that school, but whatever, how many hundreds of kids, like niggas knew what was up. And these same kids follow me to this day. That's why, like, out of like the 2,000 followers I have in this moment dated, like a lot of them know me from early on, and they're like they're for the long game. They're like, yo, this is crazy, like. They don't know how, you know, even got to this point. But yeah, I got that school hooked on it, bro. I shot my first music videos to my own songs. And that's why I brought up me rapping first, because they were terrible music videos. And I did start doing videos 2 years ago. But what I did was concept kind of like this. I like put like a camera like on a string or some shit. And I remember like I was embarrassed to do it. I didn't want no one knowing I was shooting my video because it was obviously terrible. And I can't remember the program it was on Mac.
Probably fucking Movie Maker or some shit.
I think it was. It's something old as fuck, but not even on Mac, PC. It's like Movie Maker or some shit like
I think it's Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah. And you know what? I think it was Windows Movie Maker. That's what it was. Yes. So I edited on there like the corniest solarized effects and all types of dumbass shit, bro. And it was a remix to Lil Wayne and Tyga's it's that song he mentioned that Michael Jackson lyric or some shit. I don't know. It's a song they did. I remixed that shit, and I remixed another song, and I shot both my videos of me rapping, and I put them bitches on Dat Piff. And I was like, I'm finna be famous. Like, I'm finna be lit. Like, this is how it's supposed to go, bro. I'm just gonna blow up, blah, blah, blah. And literally, I got like 3 views, like, total. Like, I did not know how to market. I did not know what I was doing. And
you in school looking for which 3 people?
I was just, I didn't even tell my school. I didn't tell my school at all, because to me, I'm already like, I got them, you know, they in the bag. As soon as I get lit, they gonna be happy for me. You know, I'm just a kid, bro. I didn't know how shit works.
This is like 2nd grade, though.
Early, bro. Early as fuck.
Hold on, what year did you graduate, bro?
Didn't graduate, but that's a different
what year
story.
were you supposed to graduate?
I was supposed to graduate 2014.
Okay.
I left school 2013, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, so just early on inspiration.
So it was rapping first, then it was producing.
Then video. You're right. Rapping, then producing, and then video.
Do you remember what your first camera was that you were doing the early videos on?
Nah, it wouldn't even have been a camera. It would have been like, it just would have been some bullshit. Like, it probably, like, to be honest with you.
Like one of them big joints?
Nah, it probably would have been something like you would have hooked up to your computer at the time is like a little webcam. You know how that was real popular
I did that
back in the
too.
day? Yeah. I even turned how I recorded my first songs, bro. I turned my Rock Band microphone. And I was like, okay, if this got a USB, my computer got a USB, something might click, you know, and it did. It worked, you know. I don't know if people knew that at the time, but you could definitely take a Rock Band mic and plug that bitch in the FL Studio. I'm not even letting you ask questions at this point.
How old were you when you got your first computer?
How old am I now? This motherfucker sitting right here in front of me. That's how old I was.
So what were you recording on then at the time?
So it was my mom's computer. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real the whole time, because, like, you know, niggas, I watch too many interviews. Niggas sit here capping, bro. This is my first computer right here. You seeing right
that
here
you bought
in front
yourself?
Of me. 100%. Anybody, that 100%. I've never owned a computer before this computer. So I was using my mom's shit. She was dating this nigga named Vertus. I'm not gonna say his last name. Didn't like Vertus. Like, I had no problem with Vertus, but I don't like no nigga dating my mom, because, you know, I fuck with my, but I'm like, come on, Pops. Like, I ain't rocking with this nigga, this lame ass nigga Vertus. You know, who the fuck is this nigga? Anyways, one day, this nigga pulls up at the crib. He's like, hey, I've been producing some beats. I want you to check them out. I'm like, okay, you know, like, let me hear him, you know. And I only knew that one girl who made beats at the time. Like, people actually know who made beats, because at that time, you gotta keep in mind, bro, everybody makes beats these days. When I was young, to make a beat was like saying, like, I want to build a church. It just didn't even, like, there was no like, it was hard to do, you know?
Yeah.
So he played me these beats, and this nigga played me Take Over by Jay-Z, fucking Kanye songs, all types of shit. I'm like, you produced these? And he told me he did. So I'm thinking as a kid, like, my mom's dating a nigga who produces for Jay-Z. Cap. That nigga was pure.
Like, yeah, I think I like this one, Mom. I think I like him.
Yeah, still didn't like the nigga because something was wrong. This nigga looked bummy as hell producing for Jay-Z. This something ain't right. So anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like, I started getting on the beats and shit. Thank God, because he gave me the demo. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't like the nigga, but shout out to him because he gave me the first demo of FL Studio. It was on a little CD. He was like, put this in the computer, CD-ROM, which they don't even have these days. And he's like, burn this onto your laptop, make some beats. I made some beats. I showed him. He didn't like not one beat. And my first inspiration in life was because this nigga played me. I'm like, dog, these beats are tough, bro. This is something. And he's like, my son makes way better beats. He's like, you need to get higher pitch and lower pitch sounds and combine your bass and blah, 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 blah. Bro, at that time, I didn't even have sounds. Like, I didn't know what he was talking about. I used to take songs off the radio, burn them onto a CD, pull that in the FL Studio, and only chop a bass, only chop a clap, only chop a hi-hat. So I got my sounds because in those days where, like, there might have been jerking music or, like, you know, the pack where it's, like, straight hi-hats in the beginning, like,
yeah.
Ooh, I can take that hi-hat. These days, I couldn't even have did that because there's so much sounds going on. But music was so simplistic due to Soulja Boy, due to Lil B, and people like this. I was able to literally pull a clap, pull a kick, pull a snare because there'd be these pockets in the music, and I would sample things that had already been made. But that was before I knew what sampling was.
Yeah. Since doing everything, does one thing stick out to you more? Do you like enjoy doing one thing more?
I definitely love making beats more than anything, but I love being a creative more than anything. So that's all it is too. You know, like I really am just.
Is it like creative. A money thing? Like you can make like at the moment in your life, you can make more money doing videos right now. So you focus on that, or
I wouldn't even say that.
You know what I mean?
I got to be honest with you, bro. If I make a beat right now and it go up, I could be paid so crazy. It's ridiculous. But I would say videos are more lucrative as far as like the stable route, especially if, you know, you work with a label or any kind of big teams or things like this. You know you have artists coming, you know. If you're just up and coming and you don't have clientele, it's a little different. But, you know, everybody watching this who shoot videos know what I'm talking about when I say you can literally make something out of thin air. You know, a lot of the time people shoot videos and it's just like run and gun, which you can do. And then sometimes people invest into the set, into the budget, and that's what I've been getting into. But before that, it's out of thin air. You could just make money, just like beats. I could just sit here and click some sounds, make some money, and it's not gonna be no problem, you know? But it's not one of those jobs where it's like, man, if I want to make you a shirt, bro, I gotta buy the shirt, gotta pay for the ink, I gotta la-da-da-da. No, the things that I created businesses out of are graphics, thin air, beats, thin air, videos. You do get the equipment, but you know I can shoot you against a wall and make crazy shit. So everything I invested in, as far as the time, was something that I could get back as an investment financially. So that's why I can't just say one is more lucrative, because it's all what you put your energy into. You know, everybody watching, if you're a producer, I wouldn't say do it the route I did it, which is doing everything, or even like Selmir does like 3 things, 4 things. I wouldn't say that's the route for everybody, but if you feel like you're a Renaissance man or overall creative and you know you can, 100% do that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think just video is more lucrative right now, but definitely like beats is like probably bigger than videos ever could be, because I can get one big placement, change my life forever.
What is your views? What is like just on beats, like on producing? What are your views on just the way you go about selling beats? Like, do you put beats on YouTube? Like, how do you view that whole YouTube beat game? I
stopped putting beats on YouTube. Some people may know me even to this day as God De Niro Music. I used to post beats on YouTube like crazy. I had a channel that was like 4 million views total. I had like 13,000 subscribers, and I would post beats every day, every single day.
And
like
making sales though, like every day, right?
Crazy sales. That's why. So you would ask why I dropped out of school. I was in 11th grade. In my mind, making more money than my teacher, because I look at off time. Beats. Yeah, off beats, because I look at time. You know, it's a big factor to me. Yeah. I would start making my beats at 10 o'clock at night. I would go to sleep at 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But not like during school days. You know what I'm saying? But like idea-wise, weekend or whatever. Like when I hustle, like that's how I do it. I would just be staying up all night making beats, because that's where I felt the most creative at night. And then I'll go to sleep at 6 o'clock. I'll wake up at 3 p.m. with bread in my pocket, like mad bread. Like for a kid, you know.
How much was you making a week at that time?
a week. I don't even know. I don't think it was like that. That's it for a kid, you know. So I'm not gonna cap. I was making like $1,500 a month off beats at that time. But I mean, my rent now is $1,600. So I'm damn near like, you know.
That's enough at that age to make you want to drop out. Like matter of fact, let me see what I can do with this.
My parents weren't hearing that though, because you gotta keep in mind, money don't come like, oh, here's a band. It's gonna be here's a $50 lease, here's a $40 lease, here's a $20 lease, here's a here's a $100 exclusive. This guy wants to buy a beat for $600. You know, like so much different shit. And all my beats at that point. My marketing then was actually better than these days because it was strictly off art. I was more on my Kanye shit like then because I would do shit like this. I'll post a beat, like, and even you know now because, you know, you bought beats from me. Like now I'll sell a beat, I'll arrange, I'll work with an artist. I ain't gonna lie. It's because the videos have moved up, I'm actually able to show more love on production. But in those days, I'll be like, oh, this beat I made, that's $1,200. I'm not selling for anything less. And I'd be like, this beat, oh yeah, that's $600. I'm not fucking with you on that. Cause I would have those saved for future, you know, things. I'm like, I'm putting this here, I'm putting that there. So I don't want to sell the beat. I'm really putting a high price on it cause I'm like, I want to keep this for something and make somebody buy it. Like it's people who definitely like know me as a 16-year-old who spent $1,000 with me, one transaction for sure. Yeah. You know, they could definitely tell you that. Like everything I tell you, somebody, yeah, that's facts. Like he really did that, you know? And that shit used to fuck me up. So that's why I left school at 11th grade because I asked my mom and dad, I said, yo, like clearly this shit's going somewhere. Like, what's up? What can we do? And they was like, you need to get your GED. And I was like, damn, that shit sound lame as fuck.
So you got it?
I got it. That shit lame as hell. But I always told them, I'm like, I'm not finna toot that shit around though, because I feel like if I promote the GED, that causes everybody to take that route. The real truth in humans, I believe in evolution, bro. We gotta grow. So like, if you know, like when I have kids one day and my kid's like, yo, dad, I don't want to finish school. I'm not going to be like, all right, you don't got to finish school, but you got to finish the equivalent. That's dumb to me because it's up to this nigga to make his own decisions. And, you know, at that point, I'm not like I'm a 7-year-old. You know, I'm telling you, I'm literally already in 11th grade making money. I already know my path. You know, these kids are in this place because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Exactly.
You know, and they're relying on the bigger, you know, I need the school.
It's like, and I think right now, with everything that's going on in the world, like school, I think education itself is about to get like a reset. Because people have known for a while that, because this system of education was created like a long time ago, and we live in a new world, so it doesn't really work like that, like how it used to.
It doesn't, and not to mention we have the internet. Like, there's too much information on the internet.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
How these kids are beating me now is because they have the internet. Like, when we talk about making beats, bro. When I used to make a beat, what I would have to do to learn how to make a beat, I would go to the library after school at first. You know, I go to the library, then I had to go on YouTube, then I have to go type in a tutorial. And at those times, people aren't like content creators like that. It's early YouTube, you know? Then I'll find only Soulja Boy. He show you how to remake Crank That. All right, cool. And I'm on here, I'm learning some shit. You take those fundamentals, you apply them to what you do, but I would still have to take my grandma's camera, her little Canon, and take a picture of the screen. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the first screenshot. Literally, I took a picture of the screen. So
you got the little bars up there?
This is before, like, type shit. This is before, bro, like, you know, you could just screenshot on your computer, screenshot on your phone. I had to literally take a picture of the screen I'm looking at. I took like 7 pictures. I bring those home. Then I got to hook those up to grandma's printer. Then I got to print the bitches out. Then I went back to the hood, looked at them, and used my references. So these days, nigga, all you got to do is go, how to type in Polo G loop. Cool.
Finding knowledge is almost like...
It's like, bro, so they're gonna be faster than I was in those days. But I was like, you know, that Indian over the hill that was like, fuck that. I don't care who's producing, who's doing what. I'm about to do this shit, la da da.
Like we take advantage of how easy it is to find knowledge right now, or to just look some shit up.
That's why I'm not.
It wasn't like that. You know? And even just on the internet, that kind of like leads into my next question. Like, when did you start networking online? When did you see like, yo, I can really meet people online? Because that's kind of how we met. Like,
yeah,
I want to say shout out to Cam too, because that's kind of who introduced us.
Shout out my nigga Bryce.
Life of Bryce.
He got a new rap name.
Well, no, his name is Cam now. You got me saying Life of Bryce. He's probably mad we even brought that shit up.
He's gonna be mad at me, but I said it.
His name is Dash Cam.
I know the nigga asked. Okay, so Cam. All right, shout out my nigga Cam.
And it's like, bro, like, so he introduced us, and we've been just talking on the internet for like a year. Fact. And then today, when you walked up to me when we just met...
Hold on, real quick, disclaimer. Everybody else who thinks they can talk to me on the internet, like, this nigga don't, because you can't. I don't like to just talk to random niggas on the internet. It was a real connection. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but it's like, no, when you walked up the street, when we just met, like, before I came here, and I swear to God, bro, I was thinking the shit you said. You were like, bro, I feel like we met before.
Yeah, it didn't
like, this internet shit is weird, like...
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a blessing, bro, because sometimes I feel like without the internet... you wouldn't even have known certain shit, bro. With the Instagram story, you can check my daily life and you'll already see me here. This room you've been in,
bro. You know,
before.
I hate to cut you off, but you know, when I was like younger, when I was in middle school, right, like 9th grade, whatever, 8th grade, like before social media and stories came out, I used to sit in my room and think like, yo, I wonder what this famous person's doing right now.
Damn.
Like right now though.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much like what the story
Only
is. It's
thing
not
that sucks about that,
you know what I'm saying?
Niggas be capping what they doing. You know what I'm saying? We could post right now, we in motherfucking Belgium, and motherfucking might believe it, but that's the only difference. But like, I definitely agree, and that's why what you're thinking of, bro, right there in that moment, I'm not saying you slipped, but like you slipped. You could have been a billionaire. I wonder what they're doing right now. That could have been because that's all that the person who made Instagram stories did. They were like, I wonder what, okay, I shouldn't wonder. I can make that person need this. You know, if you turn it to like, okay, if you show them more of your life, they'll listen to your music more. Now they want to do it, you know? But yeah, bro, all that shit, like, the internet's powerful. Cam introduced us due to, bro, and it's like, it goes so deep. So you remember that summer camp where I said that girl taught me how to make beats, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so early on that same summer camp, I had a big homie there, my nigga Sunlight, who High Vibrations on Instagram. That nigga was in that summer camp, but as a mentor. So I'm little nigga rapping. He the coldest rapper in the camp. Like, he the OG nigga. Like, he actually cold. So I'm like, I'm finna show bro I can rap, blah, 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 blah. I started rapping for that nigga, bro, showing him everything I could do. And that nigga introduced me to my nigga Blake. And Blake introduced me to Brock. And Brock introduced me to Cam. And Cam introduced me to you.
That's crazy.
That's how deep this shit go, bro. If I never met bro back at that camp when I was on my music shit trying to show everybody my raps, because like now these days people like, nigga, you make music. What? You know, I don't even correlate. But that's the shit that got me into all this shit. It'd be one person,
bro. It'd be one. You could like trace back.
Oh man, that nigga introduced me.
Like,
that nigga Sunlight done introduced me to literally like probably 100 people that are in my actually everyday life. It's the weirdest shit. Like he definitely was like my first A&R unintentionally. Like,
bro, like it's a dude I seen. It's a dude I seen on Joe Rogan, bro. I forgot his name. I'm mad right now, but he's like the heavyweight champion, or I think he's a heavyweight champion of the UFC.
Okay,
dude from Africa, from Ghana, I think, and he basically like escaped wherever he was at in Africa. He had to like escape the border like illegally and shit. Went through like a bunch of crazy shit just to get. He ended up getting to America, becoming the UFC champion, like heavyweight champion. He was not supposed to do that. Like he was a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't even fight UFC. He didn't even fight for real.
Crazy.
But like when he escaped from there, I think he went to France at first. And in France, he wanted to do boxing. He was on boxing and shit. And there was like some random dude he met that kept urging him to try UFC. He was like, bro, just do this. She's like, bro, I'm not trying to do all that kicking shit. Like, blah, blah, blah.
I'm not trying to do all that shit.
Bro, like, this one dude not begged him, but like kept telling him, like, bro, go to the UFC gym. Go try it out.
His life, huh?
When he started 2 years later, he's in America, the UFC fucking fighting for the heavyweight championships. Like the biggest you could get in UFC, that. Pretty much. Like
you gotta listen to the signs in life. There's gonna be moments in your life, bro, where you just feel it. Like, damn, I'm supposed to be doing this. Damn, I'm supposed to be here. Like, and even when and what I say is like, you know it is because there'd be this resistance. And if you ever put that resistance up and you gotta push a little bit, you know you're resisting. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have even like wanted to do something your whole life, and now say your mom wakes up one day and she's like, that'd be really cool if you did this. And you're like, damn, I've been thinking about that shit, but I ain't never just acted on it. You know? And like I believe like God, universe, whoever you believe, will send you these examples in your life to like catch on, nigga. I'm trying to set you up for success. And so many people miss that, you know, that train or that bus or whatever it may be because they're so stuck on like maybe, you know, all that maybe shit. But like that dude, he could be literally been like, maybe. But since he said, fuck it, let me go do this shit. You know, that's what I should have muted my phone. Sorry, y'all. Hold on.
My shit rang earlier too.
Damn, I don't even know who this is.
You want to answer it?
Nah, I don't. And they want to FaceTime, so it's over with. Bro, side note, why would somebody FaceTime me if they're not in my phone? Like,
nah, I feel that.
That's
somebody important, usually.
Oh, damn, it might be Kanye West.
It might be Kanye West.
He might be watching right now. No, I'm just playing. Now, I be thinking that, bro, I only answer unknown numbers from Calabasas. That's my rule. That's the only rule. Like, because it's like, could be Ye. Like, I put up at Ye's office one time, bro. I seen this nigga literally 12 feet away. He's staring at me through his glass and didn't come out. It's like the most frustrating thing ever.
You were just standing there looking at him?
Nah, I mean, like, just the weirdest story, bro. So, shout out my nigga Dirty White Vans. We can go into a little segue real quick. He told me, like, bro, I pulled up at Kanye's office and had a combo with him. And you can't tell a nigga like me that. Like, you can't, like
where's the office at?
I didn't even have to know because I'm smarter than that. Somebody else posted from another podcast, which I won't, out them right now. But they posted they're working with Ye, and they had just They had just basically sent him some merch or got some merch from him, and they put it on Instagram, which is all cute and dandy. But his actual office's address was in the picture. Not the whole thing, but enough of it. So I took that information, and then Kanye said in the interview, he said, yeah. And this is why stalkers exist, because niggas like me, but I'm actually not like gonna do any weird shit, you know?
Hey, yo.
But like, I'm telling you this, I'm just saying like, this is like, y'all put this shit, like, I didn't look this shit, it's just there.
Yeah.
So then, Ye was like, he's like, up the street from my office, I go to this McDonald's all the time, and it's right off the exit of the Calabasas. Like, bro, really just...
You like, hold up.
I'm really like, all right, so it's a McDonald's. He take an exit, like, da-da-da. So I literally, bro, I see a McDonald's. I go to Calabasas, you know what I'm saying? I see a McDonald's. I got a couple of friends with me, too. And it happens to be the first Sunday service. I found this nigga on the
very first one.
The first Sunday service, bro. I like that. And that's why I believe in energy. Like, I don't care if I didn't meet bro or none of that shit at the time, because it's like, bro, we pulled up and I see his office. I'm like, I already had the number. Like I said, I had half the shit. Then I had the other shit. And I knew exactly what road it's on. I knew what the building looked like, all that shit. And there's people in LA who know what I'm talking about. You know, they know how this shit go. So I see it, and I see his Lambo truck that he just got. And I'm like, oh, that's Lambo truck, bro. This crazy. Then I see Big Boy's Neighborhood hop out. Then I see Chloe and Hal hop out. Then I see, you know, all these rappers, all these artists, Saha, everybody you could think, just like all these people. And it's like, damn, bro, like everybody's here. But I wasn't even on that. I'm like, I'm trying to find Ye, bro. Where you at? So I sent one of the homegirls down, and she talked to security. Security let her in, like not even thinking nothing about it. He let her in. Sorry, this is probably got that nigga in trouble. But yeah, he let her in, and she walked through the shit, and she's like, dog. She came out, she's like, I think I just went to like heaven. Like this nigga got a because it looked like bro got a like. So imagine this building, right? Yeah. Like Ye basically carved out the whole shit, all the floors, everything. She's like, it's a dome, it's all red. Everybody wearing white, holding hands. I'm like, bro, this nigga Kanye recreated heaven type shit. So anyways, so his security like, yeah, y'all got to move around. Like y'all getting a little too into this shit. You know, it's like he's starting to realize like, hold on, they're not with everybody. Because at that point, he probably couldn't tell. You know, it's all new people. And it's even some people I knew from Instagram who actually ended up in this place singing for Ye and shit like that. So shout out to them, everybody who made it through that. But yeah, so he told us, you know, stand back outside of the actual parking lot, but on the grass is cool. You know, enough time for if, you know, Ye wants to leave or some shit, he can. So I'm standing on the grass, and then you just see the outline of Kanye on, like, second floor looking down. And I think he was looking, now that I look back on it, probably to see what the threat was, you know, like, what's going on. But he knew it wasn't nothing like that. I'm literally out there, bro, with my speaker and my laptop. Like, I'm finna play this nigga some beats. I'm finna change this nigga life, you know, type shit. So anyways, he just stand there for like a good 45 seconds. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like, it's the fucked up thing is it's one of those like darkened windows. He can see me. I mean, yeah, he can see me perfectly, but I can't see him as much, but I can see him, you know? So then the next thing he does is he comes downstairs and he gets in his car. And then all you hear is, like, that's like, I waited for an hour. So like, that was like my window of time. Like, I see this and I know he did some other shit. Then he skirted off, bro. And I did not get to meet that nigga. Then there's like all these paparazzi photos came out later that night of what it was. It was the first Sunday service. He had North with him. He had Kim with him. You know, I understood so much more after the fact. Like, you know, I went to who I am. And
I went to the Sunday service. He had something in the water.
See, that's when fire, bro. Like,
yeah, it was a vibe, bro.
That's fire. Like, and I love Kanye. So like, even when I told you early on, like, person like him showed me how I could be like this. That's the reason why I wanted to meet that nigga. That's the reason why I want to work with that nigga. That's the reason why I am gonna work with that nigga, because
the crazy part, he's still misunderstood though.
Yeah,
like,
for
even
sure.
if you watch his Joe Rogan and like podcast.
Oh man, they fried him for that. I love
they
that
fried
podcast.
him, but when you circle back and go look and listen to what he was saying,
bro, Kanye's a genius.
and it's gonna make sense in like 5 years.
Yeah, I would
like,
never
you know
ever like every time everybody like outs Kanye West or like doesn't like, you know, they don't want to like give him his shit or like they want to give him shit for what he's saying and shit. I don't never listen to it because it comes to a certain point, bro. You got to understand creatives. That's why I said I think in 5D. You don't think like linear to the point where it's like, oh, point A to B. That's for the rest of the world for a reason, because people will start to get overstimulated literally with the things going on in life. But when you're somebody who can look at things and everything comes with a metaphor, that's how I speak. Everything comes with a metaphor. Because if it didn't, I couldn't rationalize it. I couldn't justify it. That's just how my brain works. So somebody like Kanye, I've always related to in that way. I'm misunderstood, bro. That's why I don't speak. That's why I don't tell people shit, because it's like, I'm going to tell you I make music, and now when I do your video, you're going to be thinking about me doing music. Not you, but anybody, you know? And I don't want to compete. So I literally left that out. My first 2 years at LA, I'm not going to tell nobody because I don't want to compete. I want to grow as an artist.
Let's get to that too. Like, so coming from Minnesota first, like when did you come to LA, and what is just that bit like for you? Just being in LA, working on your craft, trying to.
Well, for
you have
one-
a crib. You didn't always have a fucking crib. You got your own spot out here now. What's that been like?
LA smells like dog piss and shit. First of all,
I can
first
second
of
that.
all, LA.
I seen a dude picking shit out of his ass out here, bro.
I would
like,
literally.
pause,
I'm gonna
but,
say that first
like,
of
what?
all because
you know it was downtown.
one of the things that was not in the pamphlet was how bad it stunk here. I don't care. That sounds bougie, but hell nah, bro. That shit important. Oh shit, hold on.
All the puddles on the ground, they're not raining.
Exactly. So, this is my point. Yeah, so when I first came to LA, bro, I didn't know it was that bad.
And when did you get here? First of all,
About 2 years ago.
Okay.
I would say more than 2 years ago, but I'll say about because like I did a little bit of, I really came here. So shout out my nigga Jordan. I want to shout out this nigga, Eye Contact with Strangers, dope artist, creative, he's just dope guy. He brought me to LA on a buddy pass. He works for the airlines and he's like, bro, I know who you are. I know what you can do. You need to go to LA. And I'm like, I ain't never been to
you
LA.
were making noise in Minnesota though.
Nah, this was in Texas, bro. So I went from Minnesota. I'll tell you. So I went from Minnesota, then I went to Nebraska by age 1. So like to be real, I'm from Minnesota, but like I grew up in Nebraska.
Okay,
then from
okay.
Nebraska back to Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? The whole elementary shit. That's when I finally, 5, 6 years old, went there, and then I went to Nebraska every summer to see my dad. And then my dad moved to San Antonio. So then I moved to Texas when I was like 11 or some shit like that. Yeah. So then I went to Texas. That's when I realized like I love Texas, bro. Like, it's better weather, like just cooler
Wait,
people.
where in Texas?
I was in San Antonio.
Okay.
And I was in a place called Helotes at first. Helotes, Texas, which is like some straight country shit. Like every kid in my school, like I said, I went from the suburbs to being around everybody wearing cowboy boots with spurs and hats. And you can't wear hats in school, but you can wear this big ass fucking like the funniest shit ever. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas really think y'all, but they are though. Them niggas like, I was around like rich kids around there. My uncle like, and it's like it's different in Texas. Rich ain't rich like in Cali. In Texas, you can get like I would have a house in like type shit like.
Bro,
So like my uncle
you get
had
your
a
nice house for
he had
$200
a
grand.
badass crib. So I was on some like Fresh Prince type shit, bro. I was like, I'm gonna be with my uncle. It's gonna be lit, blah blah blah. Cause my dad low key like had me staying with my uncle at first. So that shit was kind of cool because I was around a whole different energy I've never been around before. So I was in Texas and I realized I love Texas. Then I went back to Minnesota, not by choice. My mom pulled a fast one on me. She literally finessed me. Like she was like, she got me a plane ticket for Christmas, and she like, come up here, see me and your sister, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, bet I got you. I didn't go. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers gonna keep me there. I'm not going. Like I'm not finna stay with y'all. Like I already told you my mama a little, So I'm like, I'm not finna play with y'all. I know what this is. And she's like, I would never do that to you. You playing? I would never. Like, who do you think I am? Blah blah. I started feeling bad. Like, damn, bro, I really did just go see my mom, my sister. My sister didn't talk to me for a year. She was like, I'm done with this nigga. Like he played me. So anyways, she called me again and she's like, let me get you another ticket. This like down the line. I'm like, all right, she already said she ain't finna play me. Like, let me go ahead and So I go there to Minnesota and then I get there and I realize there's no return ticket. I'm like none at all. I'm like, fuck, like I'm really stuck here. She like got a bedroom for me, a bed, all this shit,
Yeah.
My dad's trying to get me back, but legally he literally can't just take me back. Like it's like a whole like when I was down there, they had it written that I was still in Minnesota because my dad couldn't legally have me, but I wanted to be around my dad so much that I did it. So then she kept me in Minnesota, and this is when my real hatred for school started. Like, disclaimer, I've actually never I should have never passed any grade. Like, bro, I used to fail so bad, but they knew I was smart. I was never stupid. I just didn't give a fuck at all. So like 9th grade, I walked in this place called Johnson High School, and they sit me down at like this, the little office they do like when you like a later student to a school, probably like 3 months in or some shit.
Yeah.
And they talking to me. I'm literally sitting there like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like I'm telling you, I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here at all. I don't like your school. I don't like nothing y'all got going on. I hate all this fake shit. I'm not gonna be here. Like I'm talking to a lady like that, and I know I'm a handful in that moment. She's like not hearing me. She's like, you don't know what you're stepping into, because Johnson in the hood, that's on the east side of St. Paul. Like I told you, I was talking crazy like I was in them other schools. No, she's not gonna play that. She's like, nigga, people get stabbed here. Have fun, So I'm like, all right, bet. So I start being in Johnson and shit. And I'm like, yeah, this shit's terrible. Like, I can't be here, bro. So I made friends there and shit, too. I was cool. Like, shout out my nigga KC. I met that nigga there. I met a few people there. So my nigga Xavier ended up shooting for him. I like, it's people through school I always meet and I'm cool with. And I ended up linking and, shit like that. But, I went through Minnesota trying to go to different schools and shit like that because I would end up keep getting placed somewhere else due to grades, due to getting in trouble and shit. They put me in alternative school. That was really the last straw. They had me.
I went to one of those too.
Bro, they had me taking a city bus from the hood to downtown, catch another city bus back to university, then get off on university, walk another block or two, go to Gordon Parks, which where they really fucked up because he was a great photographer and the school was named after him and everything in the school was like thematic around like, you know, film and videos and shit. So they really fucked up with me because they don't know who they fucking with. I'm like, oh, y'all done taught me some shit and big bro like that. I bet. So I'm thinking like that's gonna be the worst time of my life, but it was actually the best time of my life because they actually treat delinquents like, you know, kings in Minnesota. It's weird. They're like, oh yeah, school used to start at 7. Now it starts for you at 2 p.m. because you couldn't get there before.
Till when though?
2 p.m. like I don't even know what, but like you basically could choose like first half or second half. And I definitely chose second half, you know. First half is lit because you get to get out early. You would see everybody like leaving school by 1 o'clock, but we was not doing regular shit how everybody else did. But the thing that sucked about it, it's like pamphlets, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so I that's when I started getting all that money and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this shit. So I took my little whack ass GED test my parents wanted me to take, got up out of there, went back to Houston. So I'm already making money. I'm doing what I got to do. I'm with my friends and shit. We get a house in Houston. That shit cool. It's great. I opened up a studio in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like super fire. So I'm like running the.
And what were you selling beats on at the time? This was off of YouTube, straight YouTube.
Yeah. So that was all
Did
YouTube
you have like a
shit. But actually, I have to go back. You're right because my YouTube got hacked and deleted before I even moved to Houston. And this is what connected me to B King. Shout out to B King. My YouTube was hacked and deleted, bro. Like I said, I had a big platform for a 16, 17-year-old. You know, I was happy.
You said what, 13,000 subs?
Yeah, 13K subs and then 4 million page views. And of course, that's small because those are just people who are subscribed or how many views you have. But
all you need is 10,000 subs on YouTube.
Oh man,
with 10,000 subs on YouTube, you can make a living.
Some of my beats had 1 million plays. Like one of my beats for sure had to be called "Burning Trees," which it actually like certain people have used and it's been viral in certain areas. Like it was even a Christian rapper named Andy Mineo. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but he used the beat at a time, and then like another 1 million views came on it. Like there's so much. Like I was super like it was weird. The internet was just different in those days, and
that whole channel is gone now.
People just 100% gone. Someone hacked and deleted every single beat. Like, bro, like there was somebody clearly hating on my shit. But like the weirdest thing was like in those times, how I got all the subscribers and shit is because I knew how to do graphics. Like I knew how to make motion graphics before I knew how to make them. Like all
you had hard graphics for your beats.
I killed the game. I don't want to take credit for it because it was me and like 30 other people. But in that time, there was like 30 producers holding a space for, okay, who makes beats? Okay, who makes dope beats? Okay, who makes dope beats?
This was like 2015, 2016?
I can't even put a number on it. I'm so bad with time, but yeah, it's like it's definitely 20. No, so if I graduated, it's supposed to be 2014. This would have been 2013, 2014.
Okay,
yeah. Because my YouTube got like right before I went to Houston. So yeah, around then. So yeah, so I just had really cold ass graphics, and I only made Drake type beats, Kanye West type beats, Travis Scott type beats, any kind of creative beats. I never would ever in those days do like and no offense to these artists, but like a DaBaby, Lil Baby, Future type.
Well, you didn't even hear DaBaby.
No, I'm saying whoever was popular. I wouldn't never do that.
Whoever was relevant,
it had to be creative artists. It had to be something that made me feel like I'm, because that was my pocket. Everybody could do. I'm trying to think of who was lit at that time, bro. Like I don't even know. Like who was like a hot
shit
rapper?
Like 2014. It was
like
Drake. I mean, still it was Drake. But Kendrick was running there right there.
Because that would have counted. I would have did Kendrick. I would have did a Kendrick because for the simple fact that he's creative. I would have did it, but I'm trying to I wouldn't have did a Future type beat example if Future was there because. I guess at that time, what was popular was like Southside type beats, 808 Mafia, like these kind of things. I didn't fit in that realm because I was just a creative producer. I couldn't just, make like piano trap shit. I did not know how to make trap beats, at all. I just did creative shit. So that was kind of my lane. I had really cool graphics and I do Kanye West, Travis Scott type beats, shit like that. So then after, my YouTube got canceled and shit like that, I knew I had to make a change. And my manager at the time, Nebby Starborn on Instagram, which this nigga cold with the Bitcoin and all that shit. That nigga viral, NFT, all that shit. He cold with that shit, fast forward. But he told me about Houston. And the funny thing about this is, like I told you about High Vibrations, he introduced me to Nebby. And Nebby introduced me to BLB without knowing. He put me on to, it's just, bro, there's so much stories. It's crazy. This shit all first time type shit. So Nebby was like, we gonna go to Houston, because he from Houston. He born in Houston. This nigga rep Houston like anybody in Houston does. All they know is they fingers are stuck like this. They be, you know what I'm saying? They like even B King, he be swimming with this hoe. Like I be seeing him, he be like, yo, what it do, man? You know what I'm saying? They be just, that's what they do. So Nebby was repping Houston so damn hard, and I already lived in San Antonio, like I told you. So I'm like, bet, we finna go to Texas, let's do it. So we went to Texas, got the house and shit like that. My YouTube's canceled, everything like that's done for. So I'm like, restart, reset, which is a good thing for people like me, because like I told you, I never owned a computer before, so I'm used to like computer crashing, computer breaking, like, okay, someone's grandma's cousin's giving me some random Dell that I'm on, that shit broke, gotta get some new shit. That's what I was used to, so I had to restart. So I heard B King on the radio because Nebby's playing it, because Nebby listens to Houston music because he's from Houston. And I said, bro, who is this nigga? I said, dog, this nigga, his voice was like, and it's a song called We Gon' Flex Forever. No, was it that one? I think it was. I think it's like, I don't know. I know the song. I think it was that song, but I know it's him and some thug, and they like in a warehouse with a bunch of cars and people and shit, like probably a car show or something. But the song was so damn hard, fool. I was like, I'm gonna work with this nigga. And that's why I love manifestation, because in those days, I was so numb to it, I could actually manifest more. Now I feel like I have a lot of resistance mentally because of everything. I think, well, nah, because that person, or I know about this piece. Those days, bro, I could speak something and I felt like that shit could literally happen. So I was like, I'm gonna work with this nigga. He hard. So I sent him a DM. And I said, I want to send him some beats or some shit. He sent me an email. I sent him some beats. And he asked me, like, what's your number type shit? And I'm like, what's my number? Like, oh, shit, this fast, And this is not an easy nigga to get a hold of. Even in those days, he was already on fire. Like, so I don't know, are you familiar with B King? Like, do you know who that is?
Who?
B King.
No, I'm not.
So B King, he had this song this year called Then Leave that went viral. It's like, get that bread, get that head, then leave. Peace out.
I heard that song.
Yeah, that's his shit. So, and he also had...
I heard a girl rapping that. I heard that. Matter of fact, I heard that in a strip club the other night.
That's what. See, and
that's
what it.
That's a remix of that.
Nah, bro. It's like she probably remixed it. Yeah, but he's called the club God. Like literally, like he gets played. Like if you don't know B King, I'm not trying to say it's like that, but if you don't know B King, you probably never been in the club or the strip club, at least in the South for sure. Because like when I met him, of course, like Minnesota wasn't onto him as much, but I did my job to like spread the word up north and shit like that to where now everybody know. But yeah, so I linked with that nigga. He called me. Before I linked with him, he called me. He was like, hey, I want you to be a part of my group, Texas Hammers, bro. You hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like I'm blessed. Like I just got to Houston. I already got an OG, calling me. I'm like, all right, bet. Let's do it. So that nigga hit me. That's how I got to Houston. So I'm in Houston, I'm working with this nigga. I'm producing beats for him and shit. I link with my nigga Sergeant J, who actually went on to produce Erica Banks' Bust It. So you see the Bust It challenge. Yeah, so both my niggas is literally running TikTok right now. Like I love to see it, So he produced Bust It. And that's cool. So I met Sergeant J, Lil Mister, Ray Hunter, all these people who are in this group. Just Fresh was in the group at that time. Everybody was just in the group, And so we started meeting these people, and he started just taking me around Houston, bro, and just showing me shit and just putting me on game and teaching me shit, and got me my first radio placement, took me to my first, like, real South by Southwest, like, twice, like, paid for my hotels, everything. Like, wow. I'll never forget that shit. Like, I be trying to tell niggas, too, that's a real big homie. Like, bro, when I look back on it, them hotels, A, they're not easy to get. B, they get booked up fast as fuck. C, they're expensive. And D, the nigga didn't have to do that shit. He could have easily just been like, all right, little nigga.
You're talking about BLB, right?
No, this B King.
Oh, B King, my bad.
Yeah, B King did all that shit. Yeah, B King, real nigga. So he handled all that shit for me, bro. And so, like I said, the same guy who introduced me to B King, Nebby, he, so 3 South bys I went to. I did 1 for Doe Beezy and 2 with B King. Doe Beezy is an artist that...
Wait, you performed there or what?
Nah, I was doing videos, and then when I was with B King, I was just with him, walking around, like, learning shit type shit, Because I was going to all his shows. I could get all access to his shows, but nobody else's. But that was cool for me. I'm like, fuck it. I'm with bro. Like, fuck these niggas, Yeah. So I'm learning from him, though. I'm watching him hold down crowds, at the time of, like, 100 people or some shit like that. And now he's, like, packing stadium. Like, people are, like, in these clubs every word. And I've seen him really do, like, a set that he practiced, that he knew, in front of these people. Meg Thee Stallion, bro, I seen her first shows, same place. Like, it would be like Meg Thee Stallion, then Beat King, then Maxo Cream, Maxo was out there fighting and shit, but you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And it's crazy because in those days,
I got some in my
you good. It's some damn cigarettes, y'all. It's gonna be smoking cigarettes. But I could see, a nigga like Teaser Korean in Houston, and then a Megan Thee Stallion, and then a Maxo Cream, and then I'm watching Sauce Walker over here to the left, and I'm seeing B King as a friend right here in front of me, and I got OGs above me like ESG from Screwed Up Click and shit like that. I don't know if you know Screwed Up Click, like about DJ Screw. You know DJ Screw?
Yeah, I heard DJ Screw.
So yeah, That's same
yeah,
shit,
hell
bro.
yeah.
Houston, like screwed up. So this is the kind of shit I was around, bro. In Houston, like I really was in a different world. That shit fucked me up. So I can't talk about going to Cali without talking about going to Houston first. So I went to the other South Bys with Doe Beezy. That's who Nebby was also listening to, and he put me on to him. And who was shooting Doe Beezy's videos was BLB. That's how I met BLB. So I'm watching Doe Beezy's videos, then I see Killer Calleon's videos, then I see Thug's videos. I'm seeing the same name. I'm like, who is this nigga? You know, he cold. Like, something about this video. Like, because Nebby would play it for me, and he'd be like, bro, like, listen to this Thug song, you know? I'm like, what is this? You know, because Thug at the time, like, bro, people forget because he's so famous now, but people didn't like Young Thug early on. You know, Stoner, people didn't like Young Thug. It was Atlanta probably was lit.
That was hard though.
Yeah, you know, but now you probably say it's hard. But when you first saw Thug, the way he looked, the way he dressed, the way he moved, it made people uncomfortable. Because when something's new and something fresh, it make you uncomfortable. So it made people uncomfortable. But that weird quirkiness and weird shit and all the crazy edits and the lighting and just, you know, these things we were seeing, that was BLB. And he was inspiring me in those days, bro. So Nebby literally put me on to Beat King and BLB, and my nigga High Vibrations put me on with Nebby. And it's like, that's why I say that all my friends I keep close and shit, and it's like tight-knitted because like, life's already crazy with these 5, you know, groups in it. Like, how much could I like even, bro? So it's crazy. So that same thing I'm talking about, High Vibrations. He, you know, Jordan, he brought us out to Cali to go back to that. He brought us out to Cali and shit as a trip. You know what I'm saying? Me and, you know, Nebby, High Vibrations, and Jordan, we all came out here, and we came here literally for one day, bro. Just one day. And me and this nigga, High Vibrations, looked at each other, and we like, bro, we moving out here. Like, we definitely coming back. We came back in a month. Like, and I'm gonna be real with y'all now because it's okay. I was getting evicted. I had no choice. I was going somewhere, nigga. I don't know where I was going, but I knew I was going to Cali, bro. And it's crazy, too, because it's full circle type shit. I met this nigga named Paper Plane Ant out here. I don't even think he remembered me type shit. But he was on Melrose, outside of nojumper. And when Jordan told me we were going to Cali, I was like, bet, I'm finna tap in with some of my people I know. I was already, you know, fucking with my boy Yuri, and I knew, you know, he does skateboarding and all types of shit. So I was like, all right, I'm finna bring my camera.
You're talking about Yuri from
Yeah. So I'm finna bring my camera, and I'm gonna shoot bro a skating video, you know? He told me, meet me at Brooklyn Projects. I'm only in LA one day. So I'm like, all right, bet, I got one thing I wanna do. I wanna shoot bro a video. That's all I wanna do. I don't think I was charging him or anything. I just wanna shoot him a video. So I go there. He's like, meet me at Brooklyn Projects. That's like down the street, you know, on Melrose. So I meet him there. You know, we got drones, cameras, all this shit. We're like, all right, we finna go up, blah, blah, blah. Bro said he didn't want to fly the drone like that. And I was like, whatever. I'm thinking like, damn, that shit lame. But like, not like that. But he just didn't know the clearance. And this is, you know, we don't know what we can do and like, whatever. So he ain't fly the drone, but I did start shooting. So we go down the street. He like, we gonna go to nojumper right now. And I'm like, damn, nojumper? Like, you know, that's crazy. You know, I ain't never seen it in real life. And it's different these days.
This one, it was on Melrose, right?
Yeah, the store is non-existent, but in these days, you got to keep in mind of like X and Trippy and just like how hot the
You know what's crazy, bro? Me and fucking, when I was out here, was that the first or the second time?
First.
The first time I was out here, bro, I was out here when X died.
Who? Oh, X died. Oh, then yeah.
Bro, we went to the memorial at the nojumper.
I was there.
Were you?
Yeah, bro.
I had to get out of that crowd, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That was the first time I was in the crowd where I was
Yeah,
bro.
there.
That was the first time I was in the crowd when I was uncomfortable. I was like, let me get out of this crowd, bro. They had the news van driving down the street. It's like 20 people.
That nigga X, bro.
It's 20 people on the news van climbing the news van, like, yo, fuck this, on top of the van and shit. Like,
LA different.
Then we seen a dude driving down. It was like a little regular car. He had like 20 people on the car. They on his windshield. The windshield just falls through. Like, bro. Shout out to X, bro.
Nah, for sure. I'm literally taking a picture of this right now to send to a customer to let them know I'm doing something else. Like,
you know what's funny too? I'm gonna put Cam out right now. Cam cried that day.
Damn.
When he heard that X died, I'm not even gonna lie, he cried.
That shit was nuts.
I was like, wow. I'm gonna be real too though. Like, as far as rappers go, like, I feel like a rapper dying that really like hit me for real. That was Mac, cause like, yeah, Mac was that one for me. Cause I really fuck with him like the hardest, like. Crazy.
I liked him.
Crazy.
Bro, Mac, to be honest, there was 3 artists that I listened to religiously in high school before I even went to Houston, bro. And I'm gonna be real, this is the weirdest shit because these days I can never do it. But I used to put on Mac Miller's Best Day Ever. I used to put on Wiz Khalifa's Cabin Fever. And I used to put on Big Sean's Finally Famous mixtape.
Yeah.
Volume 3, I'm pretty sure. And I would play all 3 of those during my sleep. Like, that's how much I love these niggas' music. And they made me feel like an artist. I'm like, bro, these artists are dope. Like, these are the new guys. Like, even Kendrick, I wasn't fucking with Kendrick in those days. I'm gonna be real. I was nothing against him, but like, those are my 3. Like, bro, these 3 artists, Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, and motherfucking Big Sean, bro. And Big Sean was my favorite out of the 3. But like, bro, I love those artists so much. And I wasn't too onto Mac's music later, but it definitely hurt me because I always looked at him as like such a great artist. He had a dope label situation too, Rostam Records, bro. Like he really, him and Wiz did a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even for where they came from, bro, like. Everybody who had the internet knows that we watched them come up and then get signed and then become mega stars. So it's like we're a part of it. It's so cool.
Like Wiz really hit our generation different too because just he was the first one really doing them like vlogs.
Oh, I know every kid.
You see what he was doing every fucking day. Like
I don't even know your school, and I know every kid in your school had Chuck Taylor's camo shorts and
camo
a patch.
shorts. Yeah, come on.
I already know, and I don't even know yours.
on.
I just know that's powerful. Like, that
for
nigga
sure.
made everybody change shit, and I don't even know why because nobody was a stoner. Nobody had money to just rock Taylors. No, and even though they're $50, but it was like we weren't like, oh, that's the cool thing. We were like, bro, we're not buying no Taylors. We want Jordan, shit like that. He's like, nah, cheaper shoe, $50, and nah, you can get these camos from Target, dog. You can get like Wiz changed it. Like Wiz actually made lame niggas cool, and I mean this by saying this. He changed it to where you could step into a Target and look like Wiz Khalifa. You know, other rappers, if you look at Jay-Z, bro, if you really listen to a Jay-Z album, you'll feel shitty by the end of it because you'll realize how much money you don't have. Wiz Khalifa, he was like, nah, I'm just like you, bro.
As long as you got a joint.
He's like, exactly. And even if you didn't, I'm just like you because you can get a black t-shirt, camo shorts, black socks, and some Chuck Taylors, and you could be me.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit's not hard. Even if you don't have hair dye, go get some bleach, boom, patch. Like, bro, he made it so accessible to be like him, and I think that's one of the like strong suits of like Wiz Khalifa because he made that shit possible, bro.
For sure.
He definitely did.
Going back to you, so you say you were with Yuri on the way to the nojumper store.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of 5D. You gotta help me out. So we get there. I shoot the.
And this was the first time you came to LA, right?
First time I came to LA.
You were there for one day.
So I shot him his video. Yeah. Everything was cool. Like, it was good. And then we actually just went back to the hotel and we just did what we did, bro. And we just got up out of there. I went back to LA a month later. And I tapped in with Yuri, and shout out to Yuri, man. Like, honestly, I can't thank Yuri enough. Like, there's reasons why interviews and shit are important because there were times where Yuri, like, offered me his whole computer. Like, bro, you need a computer? Like, and, like, I'm not saying this to say, like, once again, other people can hit him up for these things. I know it's, like, timing with shit. Because I know he actually ended up giving a computer to his sister or some shit. But he was like, bro, do you need a computer? Or do you need a place to edit? Or do you want to get put on with this shit? Or, like, what do you, all this shit. And like I said, that skating video, it opened so many doors because I didn't know Yuri from Nojumper. I really didn't. I knew Yuri because I fucked with his channel.
Did you even? How'd y'all meet at first?
Just the internet, bro. I knew him through Nojumper, but I didn't know him, as Nojumper. Now he's on Nojumper. Now he's like somebody who's seen.
He was like behind the scenes
in
at that
those
time
days, he wasn't seen. I didn't care about, I was a fan of Nojumper. I love the blog, of course. I take in content all day. They're one of the best, blogs out. But I knew him from his YouTube channel, Harmonious Yuri, which I thought he was super cool.
So what was he doing on his channel at the time?
So his channel, he was literally Harmonious Yuri, bro. That nigga didn't do nothing out of the ordinary. He did. I'm gonna say about the other shit, but for the most part, you catch this nigga on his skateboard, then going to get some pizza, then just being on the block. That was his podcast, his vlog, and I actually loved that about him because for once I felt like there was somebody who wasn't doing too fucking much. Like he might be around Famous Dex or some shit because he's on Melrose, but it wasn't like. He's like,
I'm with Famous Dex. Yeah.
It's like, it wasn't like I'm his cameraman or none of that kind of shit. He's just like having fun. He's Yuri. Like, I think he was, working at this one shop at the time on some like other shit, bro. So it's great to see him come up. He's always created opportunities for me. So when I did that skating video, I sent him beats all the time and shit like that. And one day he asked me to send some beats. And, that was cool. And then we always stayed in contact, always liking all his posts, supporting his shit. Same with me. And he always supported. Fast forward like a year later. Not even that, bro.
So he's the plug that got you the beats on the
probably like 2 years later, bro. This is crazy about it. Me and Blake, which is Brock's brother I was telling you about. Me and Blake on the subway, bro. Like I said, LA ain't always too up. Niggas be down too. Niggas on the subway, bro. This is a couple years ago type shit.
Sometimes they be really more down than up.
So the Yuri story, that was 3 years ago. This story I'm telling y'all like a year and a half ago. So like niggas just started getting too super lit type shit.
Yeah.
So We on the train, bro. I'm like this on the train. I'm finna watch No Jumper. You know, I don't got nothing to do. I'm on the train. It's an hour ride type shit. We coming from a video shoot. I'm like, all right, cool. I start the podcast and my beat's playing. And I literally turn to Blake and I'm like, bro, I can't stand this fucking old ass iPhone I got still. I was like, bro, I can't stand this fucking phone,
It's
bro.
playing the music from
always
the
tweaking. I'm like, it's always playing some dumb shit, bro. I restart my phone. I did it again. I'm like, bro, this shit really throwing me off. I'm just want to watch this fucking podcast. Like, I just want to go home and just do my shit, bro. I didn't make no money from this shoot type shit. I'm just mad having a bad day. I think it was even on some raining type shit that day. It was something cold or something was like just one of them days you not having your best day. And the third time, bro, I open it and I play it and I'm like,
that's my
nigga,
beat.
that's my beat. Cause like I said, bro, like even with the Yuri connection, that shit was never a conversation, bro. That shit, like, that's why I really like. I got so much love for him, bro. It was never nothing he had to do
definitely.
at all.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought him up too, because that's something I do kind of want to throw in the air and like manifest. I would love to do a fucking conversation with him.
Oh,
I think it's
for
super
sure.
interesting too, like. And with did you get paid for the beat, or how did that work?
That I will keep all that off because you know I like to keep people good and like I don't want no one else getting paid for some shit. Like, oh, they didn't pay me that much, or they paid him shitty and then explode. Like,
no,
I don't want.
we don't got to get into numbers and shit,
Yeah,
or at least credit, because I don't know if I've seen you get credit on that shit.
So like they definitely like gave me credit and shouted me out on the podcast and
They
like
have?
all that. Yeah, for sure. So I always like pure love for that, and I think like reasons like that. So I never wanted to be one of those people who are like, hey, give me a bunch of money for every stream y'all get, because I know that's me, you know, biting the hand that feeds me.
It's an opportunity, bro.
They could easily be like, okay, cool, bye. We're gonna hire some other little nigga. You know, I know where to take my W's at, bro, and where to take an L at.
For sure.
And it wasn't an L, so I'm not even saying like that. I'm saying just in life in general, I'm very patient. So I'm like, all right, cool. So when he put that on the podcast, I just hit him up and literally was like, thank you, bro. He was like, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. He wasn't like hiding it, but he ended up surprising me. He was like, I forgot to tell you, bro. I put your shit on there, la-da-da, because he's doing the intros and outros, you know. He's like, bro, I put your shit on there, bro. I hope you know, la-da-da. And it wasn't even like it was too shocking. He was like, nah, thank you. Because, you know, they're at a point in their podcast where they're making a lot of money as a podcast, but if they put a hot song in the beginning, it demonetized. So if they have something that is owned and something that's licensed to them, cool. It's just like them buying a beat from me. Sure. So we handled all that and got that shit squared away, and they start using the beats.
You know what's crazy? YouTube just had they got a new feature as of like last week when I uploaded the last podcast. Mm-hmm. Now, every time you upload a video, before it uploads, they search through it for for copyright infringement.
Wow.
Because I think it used to just go up and then the algorithm would check it out. But now it's before it even uploads.
They got so tired of helping motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine how many claims they get a day. We're like, I do own this, and and bro, they took my shit. Like, they probably just like, dog, we got to create a system to figure this shit out. There's too much like hand in hand. Like, so yeah, bro. I started doing this shit with No Jumper, and that was through Yuri. That shit literally happened just like that, and he gave me an opportunity. And this is the best thing about it. I think another point to make, you don't have to be this fast with it. But when Yuri got the opportunity to do it, he literally did it, which is crazy because he didn't have to. I'm somebody he met through the internet. I've always showed him support and love, and he knew I was talented or whatever, but he didn't have to. And people got to understand, when do you want to help somebody out? Because he could have charged me. He could have been like, hey, they want $50 every time for the promotion, bro. He could have made some shit, you know? It just could have been some other shit. And I realized this the other day, this concept I thought of. When you help somebody out in life, bro, think about this shit. It's weird.
It's what you were talking about on IG, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So when you like, and I be telling people this shit, bro, because it's something I thought about, and I'm like, damn, it fucked my head up. So when somebody helps you in life, you know, sometimes they feel like they're bigger, better, they got more than you need them, whatever. But they're not realizing that that person who asks you for help is trying to write you into their story. It's important, you know what I'm saying? And I tell people the example of like, if I could have helped out Eminem before the fame, if he's like, bro, I'm about to make it as a rapper, everybody in my city believes in me, I'm hard, I got all these people who fuck with me, I just need some help, bro. I need some money to get to this person, to get to this city, to get to this, you know, whatever it may be. And I could be like, hell nah, and continue my life and do what I do, or I could be like, man, let me help this nigga out. And when I do help this person out, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna change the way that me and that person ever have, you know, like life interactions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's why I believe like sometimes when you help somebody in your life, bro, it's actually not for them, it's for you. You know, God to give you the opportunity to help somebody out so you can write yourself in their story.
Yeah, I mean, you know, genuine people, they just gonna do some shit just out of because that's what they want to do.
Like, like BL, that nigga done so much for me, bro. He done gave me computers. He done gave me equipment. He done gave me.
You know what it really be,
though?
You know what it be, bro? Even if you're a nobody, It's the fucking passion, dude.
Yeah.
When somebody sees that you have that passion and
That's
that
true.
drive, it inspires them as well.
100%.
Because people, you never stop growing, bro. You know the fucking app. What's that shit? What's the app called where you fucking talk on it, just talking?
Oh, Clubhouse.
Clubhouse, bro. I'm up there. So everybody's on there trying to network and find all these big A&Rs and all these big people trying to put themselves on, right?
Right.
But they don't stop to think that those A&Rs are up there themselves doing that same shit.
Oh, yeah.
So just like you're trying to find people, they are too.
Yes.
There's never a
Actually-
ceiling where like, yo, he got to this level and he's
Yeah.
done now. He's
probably
he's
more
over
than
it.
ever.
Like,
It's probably
You know what I'm
more
saying?
people. It's probably more people up looking down than there is down looking up. Because like we might all be inspired by like, oh, Michael Jackson made me do this or Kanye West made me do that. But that's because everybody can see Kanye. But dude, if one big guy from one huge label watches you and studies and no one knows where he got it from, he could take that and go so far.
Nah,
so
for
they
sure.
actually probably like to go to lower areas. Bro, I know artists for sure, and I've been in these studios around these people. And it's not against them. I say this to inspire the artists, who are the lower artists. They're watching you guys. They're paying attention. They're following the things you do because you have that, like you said, that passion. They lose that at a certain point when they get a certain
I get that.
financial, and then they're like, damn, how can I find it? That's why people go to the youth. And they say, man, the youth don't know shit about shit. I told you when I was young, I was so numb to it, I was able to actually speed things up because I was like, fuck you, nigga. This beat $1,000 because I didn't know what I was talking about. Now, I actually will sell a beat from I'm gonna be honest on here, from 300 to 1,000 because I understand range. I back in those days, bro, I lost customers because I was a fucking idiot. Logic, the rapper, he hit me up. He said, "Can you be my personal producer?"
Wait, when was this?
Bro,
this is
the YouTube
this is
days.
exclusive.
This is the YouTube
Yo, people
days.
kind of hate Logic right now though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
Yeah,
why
but-
would he do?
He didn't do shit.
He just retired?
People say he's corny.
Oh
Like,
yeah, he's
from what
corny.
I
I would have
seen.
made the nigga not corny, and I fucked.
I fuck with Logic. That 1-800 shit, legendary,
yeah.
legendary. That's all he needed right there.
Made him not corny.
Yeah, facts. I would that's my nigga. I fuck with Logic too. I just think a lot of people think he's corny because he has that whole biracial meme going on, and like that forever like chases this nigga.
For being black. and
Facts. So with that being said, bro, Logic hit me up, and this one he was going about Young Sinatra. And
What
this,
year was this? What year was this, bro?
Bro, I hate to tell you, I don't know. It's
After
like-
high school though?
This is during high school.
In high school. Okay.
Yeah, so he knows Young
Yeah.
Sinatra. That's what he was going by, and the only way I
Okay.
can tell it is real fans would know he had and I remember this by aesthetic. Like I'm, photographic memory. He had a white T-shirt and like these cargo pants and like regular shoes, and he was by like a pier or a beach in his music video. Then the other music video, he was like in a graffiti like tunnel, whatever.
Yeah.
Like people always try to hit me with the like. I guess not always, but there's been a few people like, "Are you sure it was Logic?" Like nigga, when I tell you the nigga wasn't famous, like I'm trying to tell you like, bro. The nigga was not famous. He was going by Young Sinatra. I actually went back to my Facebook and like screenshotted the message just for like the history of it and shit. I don't know where it's at. It's in my email somewhere though. But what he wrote me was, bro, I love your production. Because I told you I had an angle. I wasn't.
Oh, you seen it on
didn't-
YouTube?
Yeah, this was from the YouTube days. So I told you I wasn't making regular like what's trappy cool radio
Yeah.
beats. I was making creative shit.
that timeless
He was
shit.
like, bro, your samples and the way you're doing this shit and all these beats are so hard. Like bro, I want you to be my producer. He's like, I'm gonna be real with you.
Bro,
I
that's-
don't have
that's
no
kinda
money.
big, for real, bro.
He's like, I don't have no money right now, bro. He's like, I'm headed here. I'm gonna be one of the biggest artists, bro. I promise you, bro. He's like, we could go to the top. He's like, let's be M and Dre. Let's be Drake and 40. That's what he told me.
He was
And I was like, I wrote him back saying this. I said, you know how many people want to be Drake and 40 right now? I said, bro, these beats are $350 each. That nigga never responded. I swear to God. I
Damn.
swear to God. And he looked
He
at
can't
it.
even be mad at you for real, but it's
But
like
he can because this is what I'm trying to teach
That's a
people.
crazy
That's why I
moment.
said from these days it'll be 300 to 1,000. This is why, because now I have understanding. Now I understand if you're broke, like you said, some people be talented as fuck and can't get, So if you're broke right now, but you're really fucking talented, I can see your passion. I probably should listen. So there's certain things that we can bypass because of awareness. I can't just look at everybody as a price tag. That's where business fucks up things, and that's why I
Yeah,
said I
for
was
sure.
young, so I would do dumb shit like that. But so yeah, I declined on it, and you see Logic now is over 1 billion streams. Like he hit that mark like 5 years ago. They're like, Logic did 1 billion streams.
You know what's
and it was,
funny?
like,
So
big.
1-800.
yeah, on that 1-800 song, he had that dude Khalid up there, right? Khalid.
Yeah, Khalid, yeah.
Bro, you know what's funny? He went one of my exes that I went out with at high school. She moved to like I think fucking Colorado, but he went to her high school, and she sent me his song Saved. His song is called Saved. I forgot how it went now, but this was before this shit was big. When she
Yeah.
sent it to me, it had probably 20, 30,000 plays
Crazy.
on SoundCloud. I listened to this shit, I'm like, yo, this shit is actually hard. Matter of fact, I still have it in my likes from then. And then like a year later, bro, that song is fucking viral. Like everywhere. Like I'm like, yo, is this that fucking song? I'm like, yo, that's
Bro,
crazy
it
as a
happens
bitch.
like that, bro, and that's awareness. And like, there's somebody who got sent that song, and like I said, you're not slipping, but someone who got sent that song, they hit them up and they said, bro, you're dope, I want to be a graphic designer, you know, or bro, you're dope, let me lock in an interview, you know. That giving people their flowers, bro, I think that's more of a talent than it is just giving them their flowers. Because when you know somebody's dope, like when I heard X for the first time, I knew he was dope, you know. When I heard Travis Scott for the first time, I put this on my life. When I heard Travis Scott for the first time, I'm like, who is this nigga stealing my ideas? Like, I like type shit. Like, not saying he stole my song or anything like that. I'm saying like he's in my head. Like, bro, his shit sonically is like, that's what I hear. That's what I'm trying to like. I'm like, who is this nigga? You know? And that's why I like Kanye West, because I saw myself in him. So when I see those like energies, I definitely try and like, even with you, that's why I called you and like, I don't know how people perceive it, but I'm like, bro, nigga, you rap. Like, nigga, I like your cadences. I like the way you put this shit together. Because, bro, I grew up on, you know, the Jay-Z's and Biggie's and Big L's and Kanye and Fabulous and Wayne and people who have punchlines, people who really rap. That's why I fuck with that kind of shit, bro. I fuck with, like, my inspirations, people who are school, like, teachers, not teachers, but people who are in the, like, schools or that. I really fuck with that shit, bro.
Yeah, man. No, thank you for that. How does, how the fuck, do you want to touch on your rapping?
Yeah.
Bro, spit a verse for me on FaceTime the other day. The shit was actually hard, though. I'm not going to lie. I was like, when did you start doing that? You already said when you started rapping. Rapping was first. Mm-hmm. Why'd you put rap on the back burner, bro? I guess that's really what I'm trying to ask.
So, honestly, bro, it's because, like, I'm that patient. Like, I was telling BL this the other day. I was like, bro, I think I'm so patient, I'm actually insane. Like, I'm not worried, bro. And I think it comes from, like, you know, they say, it's like a saying. I forgot exactly how it goes. But they say they worry about people who, like, okay, so now, it's not that. It's basically what the saying says is, like, when you are dumb, people worry about you.
When you're done or
when
dumb?
You're dumb. Like,
okay.
literally dumb. People are like, oh, we got to help them out, or they need help, or things like that. When you're really smart, everybody like, he already got it, fuck him. So there's like this perfect middle line, you know, where you can kind of like, so all I wanted to do with like not showing people my music, I didn't want to offend nobody. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm the best artist of all time. I'm not saying that. I just want to keep everybody focused and clear-minded. And that's what I'm saying. I'm that patient. Y'all can have y'all moment. Let me turn y'all up. Let me figure this shit out. And plus, if I do it that way, bro, like I gain so much more respect versus me trying to just like compete with niggas. Like when I put out my music, I'm not putting it on my page, my produced by, I'm not putting that shit there. It's gonna be a whole different page. You're gonna have to go to that page. I'm not gonna force nobody to do shit. I've learned so much this way. I've been behind the scenes with this shit, bro. Like now, working with labels, working behind these cameras, bro. You know, working with artists on the other side, seeing how awkward they are, seeing how annoying they are, niggas blowing me up right now type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing that shit teaches me shit. I know that shit now. I know that self-awareness. Seeing niggas when like, you know, they be around models and shit and they don't know how to act, you know what I'm saying? They get to acting crazy and wild and like, this ain't the real you. And seeing niggas turn into druggies, all that shit's taught me so much from the outside looking in. I'm happy, I'm patient. Bro, if I had made it when I was 14 like I wanted to, I probably been fucked up out here.
You weren't ready.
Wasn't ready.
Same shit
and
with me,
I thought
bro,
I
like,
was.
Yeah, bro,
Wasn't
like
ready.
you think you're ready. Like it'd be certain times when you're like, yo, why the fuck, like this shit needs to happen now.
Exactly.
And then a few years pass.
You be
and
happy it didn't.
You're like, okay, I get it. Like, or matter of fact, you kind of just see the growth you came from.
Or
from,
even
from
that,
them.
maybe
So,
you weren't
know what I'm
ready,
saying?
but the energies you had around you were not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's times where I'm like, damn, like, that would have been crazy if I ended up with these people in this situation, you know? Like, I done been through a lot of bullshit as a videographer, as a producer. I'll tell you right now, every nigga who engineers, every nigga who's a producer, every nigga who's a videographer, they have been in a line of fire, for sure. For sure. Unless you just in the suburbs recording fucking pop music. But like what I was doing, hell nah, nigga. I was always in some hood ass shit, some random ass shit, some ghetto ass shit, some trap houses. Always around some street niggas. Street niggas love to invest into me. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's good though, because they be like on some like, nah, little bro. Exactly, like bro, like hey, like they be on some like, nah, bro, you can make it out type shit. Don't ever do no shit like this, or you don't gotta go to school, or you don't gotta get a job, bro. We gonna do this and we gonna cover this so you can focus on your beats and shit.
Yeah.
Like it was definitely street niggas like low key helping me out while I was like making beats and shit, bro. Because a lot of people are gonna start putting shit together and be like, okay, you might have been making some money and you might have been let it up, but how did you survive? You know, it wasn't sweet, bro. I was literally like trap house vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like literally like random crib, like 20 people in one crib, you know, everybody smoking blunts, studios, random people coming through, drugs, police raids, all types of bullshit, really, you know, like nothing I think is cool. That's another thing I want to tell these kids. Like right now I see them going through it real time. You know, they're on their Instagram, all these things look so cool. Once you start really having shit, really going through shit, you don't want to show people this shit. You don't want to really, you know, that's not the way you want to experience it, bro. So I started, you know, re-angling things to figure out how I would, you know, get things done for myself. And I figured it out with time. And, you know, the music, it just, in those days, everybody knew me. I made music early on in Minnesota for sure. They knew music and beats, but I knew music, beats, videos, graphics, engineering. That's way too much for everybody else to handle. You know, these are my hometown people who've seen me come from zero to this, so they understand it more because I believe in context, bro. Like, if you watch me make a beat, I promise me you'll like the beat more than if I just send you the beat. And if you notice, when I sold you a beat, what did I do? I posted on Instagram the first loop, then I posted how I made the melody, then I posted how it came together, then I sent it to you. That was all intentional. That whole month, if you notice, I was doing that every single client because I know everybody else wasn't doing that. I'm like, y'all slipping, bro. And who put me onto that was Gary Vee.
He was behind the scenes shit.
Yeah, exactly, because it gives context. Gary Vee was like, y'all whack. He was like, y'all don't know how to make content. Like one time on his podcast, he was literally just talking shit. He was like, yeah, I ain't making content. I fuck with him, bro, because Gary like a, I don't know why, but Gary's like a kingpin in marketing.
It's the drive, bro.
It's the drive. Like but I feel like Gary's not scared of shit.
And he has that, like, he does wine, right?
Yeah, facts, bro. So like Gary's like, I look at Gary like an idol. So he was like, man, y'all putting out content like how people, he's basically said this. He's like, you as a rapper, you put out a song. He said, you just fucked up. You could have filmed you recording the song. You could have filmed your friend making the beat.
I didn't see that. You could have made 10 pieces of content.
Yes, you could have made 10 pieces out of one. And
Yeah.
that's when I learned that, bro. That's when I started, okay, I'm going to shoot a video, but I'm going to get BTS. And I'm going to get BTS. Then after that, I'm going to film this. Bro, I just started going crazy with it because I realized that context is everything. People can't, for example, this is my favorite example. Have you ever heard of a dot painting?
A dot painting, I haven't.
Yes. It's basically where they take a dot a billion fucking times and paint something grand, you know? Where you step back, you see a face, you see a city, you see a butterfly, whatever the fuck you see. But for them to do that, they gotta dot, space it out more, dot, a million times to create, you know, definition and angles, everything. So when you look at the painting from 30 feet away, it looks like a painting of a face, right? Okay. Now, if I play the video for you of this nigga dot, and you know it took him 7 fucking months to do this, you're like, holy fuck, that's a dope picture. Yeah. But if you just look at it, oh, it's a face. That's why context is so important, bro. So I'm big on context. I'm big on giving people behind the scenes. I'm big on people understanding shit that they shouldn't understand yet. You know, I might be on set and I might be like, hey, we finna do this, and this gonna create this kind of shot. And most directors don't do that. But I'm like, no, I wanna show them because it's better for you to be right here knowing that I'm about to put 7 cell mirrors behind you without being able to do it versus me just doing it because I'm like, damn, we could do this, but it'd be real hard if we did it like this, and this. Yeah. And then what happens is my people who shop with me and shit, they be like, bro, how the fuck did we do that? Like, I saw it in real life. How did it get to this, you know? And that's when I really started learning that shit because when I'm doing videos, people can only see what I frame up and what I put out. They don't know how much I had to put in to get the light on this like this or get the angle like this. Or maybe like I just did a shoot the other day where the model was here before the artist. So I set up just like this tripod shot and I put them together even though they weren't, you know, cut it, crop it, add the motion on afterwards. Now they're together and they really weren't there. So like, I got to the point where I could shoot a video with you and somebody else and I don't even got to be there. But I can make y'all, not just how they regularly do it where like you got to keep the distance. No, I can make y'all cross. I can make her walk across. I can rotoscope it. I can green. So it's just context, bro. I'm big on context, and I do it with all aspects of everything I do. Only thing I didn't want the context with was with the music. I wanted to leave that out. I wanted to leave that 100% out. But this year, I'm coming out with music. I've been recording. I've been working and shit, and it's gonna be the year where y'all hear some music from me. But it's gonna be super, super low key as far as my page. But I don't even, bro. If you have advice, even on here, I don't care. Like, I don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, market them from my page without like. Go to my other page. So I don't even want to do that. That shit corny to me.
Yeah, really, I wouldn't. Though what I do, I mean, I could just tell you what I do is I'll do it like based off the content. So once you have a song, maybe just post it once. New song out, head here at the link in this page bio.
I just want to do it to the point because like, I'm going to be real with myself, right? We often like, and this is to everybody, we often look at our shit and be like, yo, bro, I could post my shit on my page, right? I have like almost 3,000 followers or some shit like that. And what I just told you was like basically my platform's bigger than what the other one, which I have 0 followers, right? But it's only 3,000. we often look at our followers as like this huge, like, bro, it's only 3,000. So what I'm saying is I could drop music and shout out to those 3,000 people, but metaphorically, fuck those 3,000 people. If I get 1 million people over here, they'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole point is I just don't want to force it down their throat. But like with all artists, I tell them that too. Like this happens to me because I upload videos now. Say we upload a video and then you're like, damn, bro, I sent you the wrong link, but I wanted you to post my video, but I sent you the wrong link, right? Yeah. And you're like, I'm like, all right, cool, let's re-upload it. Oh, but it already has 1,000 views. They literally won't take it down. And I'm like, you just put yourself in the ultimate cap. You thought that was all you could get? You thought that, like, and it might be, but like you have to learn how to restart. You have to learn how to accept, that there's these resets and they're intentional.
Me, bro, I'm now like, I just keep moving. Like I used to like back, like maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, I'll make a song and then promote it for like a month or some shit. Like post a hella times. But now it's like I'll drop content, I'll drop music, and then I'll just keep moving on to the next thing, and then kind of let people catch up to it. I don't really like promoting the same shit over and over and over again, like, you know.
It has to be like that because most of us are so comfortable with our content that we think this is the best we can do. The problem is not all of us know that we can do better.
Yeah, that's true. It's about getting better every time, man.
It's yourself. It's yourself.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
You can do better than if you put yourself on a pedestal where you think 100,000 views is good enough.
For sure.
For you hitting that 99,000, even 20,000 views is good enough.
Exactly. And be grateful though. Like exactly like what he's saying. Be grateful when you hit 20K. Just know if that song tomorrow gets deleted because Drake got that beat now and you got to take it down, don't fucking cry. And if you do cry, you don't have another song. You don't have another, like you're not that time, like
You're not out.
you're not even doing this shit for real. You can't take an L, bro. So like, and that's the thing with art. I literally have, so all my editor homeboys to tell you, I will show them every piece of sauce I know. It's not one thing you can ask me. There's not one thing I know on this computer I won't show you because you're not going to do it like me. And I'm going to keep learning more. It's impossible. And Gary Vee says that. And that's where I learned that shit from. He's like, people be trying to hold back information. Like, that shit lame, bro. Like, he's like, I can tell you guys all the keys today, and you're not going to do it. He be telling you.
I've been saying when people say the game is to be sold, not told, I've been saying that stupid as shit. What you mean? Like,
it's dumb.
Like, what?
It's like saying, I can give you the book with all the knowledge, but it's up to you to learn.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like, and even Kanye said, I don't take advice from people less successful than me. And wrong. I'm less successful than Kanye West. I could teach this nigga a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can teach
you can learn something from everybody.
Lot.
Even sometimes the most valuable lesson is learning how not to do something or what you don't want to do from somebody else. But just to jump back to like video. So I guess right now you're fucking pretty much your job is you're so the way you explained it to me is like you're an independent contractor for Atlantic.
Yeah,
so you're basically signed to Atlantic as a videographer.
Yeah, so
how does that work?
I basically got put on as a vendor. So I wouldn't say I'm just like signed to Atlantic because that's like sounds more like artist terms, and I don't want people misinterpreting that.
I'm not really sure how it works.
I have a relationship with Atlantic, Warner, and APG to where I did some videos with them, and they liked my work, and we kept working, and that's to me a blessing because I'm not like stuck in no shit. It's not no weird shit. It's a real blessing, bro. Like I ended up doing videos for No Cap, for Zanman, for all types of people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, like I'm watching my work go from like people who are in LA or people in other states to like big artists, and it started to click in my head like it works, you know. Like I tell everybody this also too. Side note, like it's never if you're dope or not. It's platform. Like you'll realize like a marketing scheme you might think of for yourself is dope, but when they give it to Drake, you realize, oh, it does work. It wasn't just like, you know, that's how you know it works because it's like if I
reach enough ears.
Yeah, if I get it to you, you might be, damn, bro, I don't know how to. It's not working. But if bro did like, and then some things may fail. You know, like Chance the Rapper with the 3 hats, he sold his hats for $25 and gave away his music for free.
Like $5 million a year off them shits.
Genius, bro. So it's like there's so many ways you could go about it. So with the video shit. You know, I ended up just doing the dope videos and shit, and I shot with them, I edit with them, and I produced some with them. So with those 3 things, you know, I'm just blessed, bro. I can say I'm just blessed, and yeah, like now it's a job, now it's a living. As you can see, we're in my office. Like this is like something that I dreamt of, to be honest. You know, something that I wanted to have for a long time, and like I said, this is a product of working, you know, with not just for a label, but for myself, you know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say, and it was important to you to still be able, whatever deal y'all have, to be able to do your own thing on the side without any hands in it.
And it was kind of crazy, too, because right when I started working for Atlantic, I actually had an opportunity to work for No Jumper as an editor. And I'd already, like I said, the intro shit was already there, but like I was gonna start doing the actual edit for the, you know, for the Snapchat and for the Instagram shit where they do like the show and shit, you know, the Snapchat snow and shit. So I was gonna do that, but they sent me these files and they're like 30 gigs, like mad heavy files, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, bro, because I fuck with everybody over there and I don't want to let nobody down, you know? And Yuri, he the one that was like, yo, Adam said come to the office tomorrow, pull up. And I'm like, all right, bet. I got my interview there, you know what I'm saying? I pulled up and shit. I talked to Laura. They interviewed me. It was cool. And she basically was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got the job type shit. And I was like, cool, let me get some merch. You know, I can't just be in this bitch, no merch. So she got me laced up and shit. I got the merch and shit. I was like, oh, this fire, you know? I head home and then I go to Florida. And I'm trying to edit this shit, bro, and it's impossible. It's fucking impossible. Like,
Wait, what were you trying to edit on? On that one?
No, not on this one. A terrible Mac. Like,
Yeah.
is this one right here. So
Did you have an external hard drive though?
Nah, bro. I mean, I did, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Like, I always have shit, but it wouldn't have mattered. It's processing in After Effects. And not even After Effects, but just Premiere. It just wasn't happening. So I had to really, like, low-key, like, not quit, but I had to tell, like yo, I can't do it. Like, it's just, and I did 2 episodes. That's the thing. I did 2 episodes. I sent them in, but, like, it'd be glitches. It'd be fuck-ups. And I'm like, I can't do this to y'all. Y'all need to find somebody, like. So then they got somebody, figured it out. And that's a blessing because, you know, like, I really like to look at life this way, too. Some people be like, damn, you didn't work for No Jumper. No, I gave somebody else a job, to be honest. Like, I really, like, I wanted to, like, not even saying like that. I'm not being cocky with them. I'm saying it's a blessing, too. I'm not mad at that person. I'm happy that they're doing what they did because they needed that, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And then I also, you know, like I said, it was like a week later, I started working for the label. And I got hit about that, and I'm like, damn, life's crazy. And I kind of had to, you know, pick and choose, like, what I was going to do. And that just happened to time out like that. And I knew that that was coming, but that wasn't certain, just like No Jumper. So I'm, like, looking at these worlds like, damn, what am I going to do? How's it going to work? And, yeah, it just happened like that. So I started working with the label. Let me turn this shit off before I sound like a goddamn drug dealer.
You notice a big difference between fucking editing on that shit and that one over there?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, I always get it done, too. And, like, all my clients know, like, I've been doing dope shit. I can show you my reel the last 4 years. You never know it's an issue. But it's just something to that magnitude. Yeah. 30 gigs, 20 gigs for 2 files? Hell no. My shit can't, like, I ain't shooting movies yet, you know? So I'm shooting 2-minute, 3-minute videos. It's different. And I'm able to process more. But, yeah, now on this computer, bro, I'm going crazy on this 2021 Mac. This shit great.
And you don't even... Yeah, that's the M1 chip. I fuck with it, bro. Like, I'll be honest, my shit is decent. Like, this is a 2014 Mac.
Okay, yeah.
But everything's upgraded in it. So I bet you right now, my RAM is better than yours, and my graphics card is better than yours. And it's crazy because you have the brand newest Mac. But I know a guy that owns in Norfolk, it's called Shiny Computers. He owns a store where they sell refurbished Apple products and they fix them, but they're like sponsored by Apple, so it's you know they work with Apple.
I mean, there's people who will tell you right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. So what he said is that's what he doesn't like it about these new Macs is you can't upgrade shit. It's like a fucking iPhone. You can't just change your battery.
Yeah, this 2014.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no USB on the new Mac. It's an IMU2.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit weird. I ain't gonna lie. That shit pissed me off though. That's why I still have my old Mac right here because I'm like, I have a hard drive, hard drive cord for this one. Then I have a hard drive cord for that one, and then it's like this has no SD card. So I'm still like, I just got this. I'm still like getting pieces for it and random shit like. But I just kind of say fuck it and like transfer from the hard drive to here and do like that. But yeah, bro, like it took me this long to get my own computer. Like I think that's the point we should talk about too because excuses.
But you got one right there too.
That's not mine. That's my point.
Okay.
I have real niggas and real friends and real investors. I would like to tell everybody around the world, you don't have to be rich to make it. You have to be talented. Yeah. They say talent's dead. It's all about the popularity. I wasn't popular nor
that work,
lit,
that
nor rich.
That work ethic too, though. That work ethic.
That's all it is, bro. I show everybody around me I'm dedicated.
Talent got turned into the word heart.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have heart.
Exactly. And that's all it was, bro. Like, I had investors since day one, bro. Like, even like my nigga High Vibrations, like, he took me everywhere. He put me into my studios. He paid for my studio sessions, you know, for no reason. Then he put me and had me performing at shows, you know. Then when I started doing videos and shit like that, even when I told you about B King, you know, he put me on with production and gave me my radio. Like, every single person I told you about, you know, has put me in a position and helped me. And I like to tell everybody watching, it takes me to work hard, but there are people out here who would do it. They told me, they said LA was a grimy place, bro. They said this shit grimy. When I came out here, everybody successful who I met put me in a position to do something good. And I met great people out here. So it's like, that's cap, bro. Like, you around the wrong people, for real. Yeah. And I hear people say, like, who are you around? But it's literally that scenario like that.
Absolutely right. Everybody can come to LA.
Yeah.
But not everybody belongs in LA.
Exactly. And I think that's a part of it too. Like, where do you belong? Because what I learned about LA was fuck the talent. Can you outwork somebody? You know what I'm saying? Bro, I came out here against niggas who had red cameras and, black magic camera, all types of shit. I had a little Sony, bro. And, I would just work harder. I stayed longer. I wasn't chopping up the models on set. I wasn't smoking and drinking with y'all niggas. I couldn't kick it with y'all. One of the first things I learned at LA is that when a nigga comes up to you at a party that you're working at and he tells you drink or chill, the first thing he does to you when you leave, hey man, I let you chill with the girls. I let you drink, bro. You were vibing out, bro. Like he just made it seem like I was kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, hell, and I was working, and I never did that. But like, I'll bring people with me. You can ask Blake or whoever. I'd be like, hey, don't sit down. Whole time we here, do not sit down. They be like, nigga, what kind of rule is that? Do not sit down. Because the first time you fucking sit down, niggas gonna look at you like you the homie. And then as soon as they do that. Exactly. Prices cut, everything, bro. That shit lame. So I don't even sit down. These days I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little bossed up, so I fuck around and sit down. But that's because now I'm finally running my own production. I'm doing my own shit. I'm getting paid to do this shit. They coming to me. But in those days, hell nah, bro. I worked for niggas. I'm not even gonna say who, but I've worked for niggas in the hills, doing parties who have bands who looked me dead in my eye and told me they didn't have shit in their account, flipped around their phone and showed me they don't have shit in their account to pay me for today. At all. And I'm like, you had me come out here. And they say some shit like, oh, I got you the Uber out here. What? You owe me $400. Where's it at? Like, I know for in early days, I know a nigga so petty, he owe me $100. This is how early, this is 2 years ago, I'm still on that. And I'm not a petty nigga, but I still want my...
Motherfucker owe you $20 and stop being your friend. Like, bro, just pay me
it's
back,
just a respect, bro. This grown ass man, you know what I'm saying? He had me come out to a party, he had me filming shit. I did it lit, uploaded the next day. Like I said, I'm hungry early in LA, so I'm doing everything. How I got into that party, it was a Kanye West Kids See Ghost party. And the same nigga who put me on all the shit in life from, this high vibrations nigga, he literally was like, it's a party across the street. And my name Turtle, I'm not like that. I don't be like party all that shit. I'm already like, hell nah. So there's a reason why I'm like that, He's like, we finna go in there. It's LA, bro. Everybody got designer, all this shit. I'm like, no, this 2 years ago. This is not me today, I'm like, damn, I don't want to do this shit, He like, nah, we finna go in. So we all start walking over to this party, and the girl, she was like, what's your names? They got a list. It's a mansion party. We right off Melrose, but it's like mansion party. And she's like, this is for the Kanye West Kids See Ghost listening party. I'm thinking Kanye in there. I'm like, oh, we in this hoe now. So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, here, take down to the shoe. So she really takes on our email and our Instagram. I'm not realizing they're geniuses for that in the first place because they weren't charging for the party. They just took information down, which information is the new currency.
Data is fucking currency right now.
Yes.
Why do you think all these companies are selling our data and fucking all that shit?
So that's how she did take the info down. So then I go in that party. I end up seeing bro, the people I met in that party and the people I met in Melrose that week, I know almost all of them today, Yeah. And we all have went up in different ways. Like some of them ended up having big fashion brands, big TV show, big placements, all this shit, bro. Crazy. And that's why I'm saying LA is great for that because energies are all mingling, so shit could just happen like that. But this guy in particular, I thought he was like this boss nigga, had a mansion, all this shit. So I'm like, man, I'm finna do this shit, I get to chopping up with him. He's like, come back tomorrow, shoot this, shoot that, I'm gonna pay you, I'm blah, blah, blah. So I literally do it for $100 thinking he cool, he lit, I'm gonna, work through bro and meet people. Hell no, a nigga owed me money, didn't do this shit, and this is some LA ass shit. But
that's all. But you learn a valuable lesson from shit like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Super valuable shit, bro. I learned from that shit.
Bro, I love it. I'm inspired, dude. We're like an hour and a half in right now. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add, bro. I feel like we touched on a lot of shit.
We definitely didn't get all this shit done in one podcast, bro. This is impossible. You're talking to me here. You're gonna have to come back and
it's coming back round two. I wanna my goal is to really become super the podcast become big, and then I circle back and do a round two with everybody who showed love and came when we
I'll be
weren't
more
shit.
Media trained and shit. We will do, But I do want to shout out BL because we didn't get to that point. BL put me on with a lot of the shit with the label, with a lot of the shit that I did early on with Lil Keed, bro, with things I did with Gunna first shoots, things I did with just anything you could think, bro. Thug, bro, I
didn't hear about Lil Keed. Well, I heard about Lil Keed. I didn't hear about Peso till you.
Oh yeah, man, we didn't even get to talk about that. Like I said, I'm watching Sauce Walker come up when I was in Houston, bro, and now I'm working with TSM.
And I know you were with Peso when the fucking shootout shit happened, right?
We not gonna talk about that.
We not gonna talk about that.
We not gonna talk about that.
Shit get crazy though.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this Peso dude? Then I see him on No Jumper. I'm like, yo, Turtle really
And see,
on some shit.
You see what's funny about that? You'll see Big King on No Jumper. You'll see Peso on No Jumper. You'll see these connections, bro, and you'll realize that I'm literally everywhere. And I don't say that to be cocky, bro. I say that because I told you in the beginning of this podcast, it was nothing going on in my life. I created all this shit, bro. I made all this shit happen. Even like working with TSF. Shout out to T Glazer, bro. That's who put me on with TSF. But it's like a funny story. Like I'm working with Soulja Boy one night through the label. We gonna wrap this shit up, but I gotta tell this part. So
do your thing.
I'm working with Soulja Boy one night, and the label actually sends me to Paramount Studios, and they're like, "You finna work tonight," blah 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 blah. And this funny story, I ended up working for Quando and Soulja Boy back to back, so I was already on some like shit. Like I was like, "Whoa, this is crazy." This is hella early. So, but Quando, that's different. But anyways, so I'm working with Soulja Boy, and he look at me, bro. This is like I said, I started making beats sampling this nigga. So why I took that particular night so serious, I'm like, bro, this is like full circle shit. I get to see all these things happen, bro. From, like I said, I get to work with TSF from seeing them come up, work with BL from watching him, work with No Jumper from watching them. I'm very close to my inspirations. So when I'm looking at this shit, bro, it's like, it's just crazy to me. So anyways, fuck, hold on, what was I just saying?
Soulja, you were with Soulja.
Right, so I was with Soulja Boy, and this nigga looked me in my eye, and he's like, "Lil' bruh, we ain't here till 8 a.m. I was like, 8 a.m., bro. Yeah. It's already 9 p.m. the night before, but he just got out of jail the hour before. So he literally like hit the label type shit. Like I'm on my way to the studio. They're like, bet we're gonna send the camera crew, da da da. So I'm around one of my inspirations while he's coming off the energy of just being locked up for some months, And he's just lit. He's like, yeah, we finna go crazy, da da da. I'm filming for him. He's rapping into my camera. He's giving me energy. He's a great. I don't care what nobody say about Soulja Boy. That nigga's a great energy because he sounds like he's capping 24/7. But he's not. He was like, man, all this money, all this weed here, this shit y'all's. He's like, y'all can have all this shit here, bro. This y'all shit. He just vibing. Everybody can drink, smoke, whatever they want to do. Yeah. Then he's like, with me, he like, I'm gonna follow you, nigga. And I'm gonna follow your shit. I was like, cap, because I hear that all day. I'm like, cap, you ain't gonna follow me. He like, we finna shoot all night. I'm like, cap, that shit not gonna happen, So I'm working with the nigga, he's shooting, we can get videos, all types of shit, and I ended up waking up the next morning to Soulja Boy liking all my posts on Instagram. It's nothing but Soulja Boy. I'm Soulja Boy. I'm like, damn, and he followed me. He wasn't capping. And then he followed me, he was not capping. And I never even told him, like, bro, you're inspiration, I look up to you. He was just being a real nigga, because to be honest, like, looking back on it, that's what artists are supposed to do, especially if it's a young nigga in the room who's hungry, you see he stay with you all night, the least you could do is give the nigga a follow, especially you see he dope, Yeah.
And then that shit like that gives you energy to go for.
Oh man, it gave me, because he reposted my page. He reposted like, so the nigga, this is a plastic. So he reposted my page, followed me, liked my post. I was like, bro, you just gave me like the ultimate, like, and I'm on his Instagram, so I'm like, bro, that's fire, bro. So shout out to Soulja Boy, shout out to Big Draco, you know what I'm saying? That nigga real, yeah, bro. It's a lot of more shit we're gonna talk about, but
it's about small wins, bro. Like, see, like in the grand scheme of things, that didn't really mean nothing. Like Soulja Boy didn't put you on, but that little win of you, that little bit of like attention he showed you, that energy, like that gave you drive to keep going and ultimately get to your goal. Bro. You know what I mean?
I'm big on full circle, and I feel like everything comes full circle. So like when you put something out in the universe, just watch how that shit comes full circle.
I feel like this episode is like a fucking full circle, pretty much. This whole us even doing this, like right here,
because it took so many pieces to come together, bro. We like this. Last thing I'm gonna say before I end this podcast: your parents, when they had you, did not picture you here. My parents, with me, when they had they never knew each other. Our parents did not know each other. They different parts of the world. Your people came from fucking Bosnia, nigga. Yeah. Like my people did not come from there. So we looking at this shit, bro, and we got to know this shit is supposed to happen, bro. Even like when they say a baby's born, it's like a chance of like 1 in 7 billion. Like it's some crazy shit. Like every single move that we've taken in our lives, every single decision we made, it led us to this point. Even me not editing this video like I was supposed to during this podcast because I talk too fucking much and I thought I could, but I'm not that cool. So.
Nah, bro. Thank you for doing this, bro.
For sure.
This means a lot to me, dude. Real shit. I know this is like your first time even coming on. You said a lot of things that are
That's
really
why I
like
talk too fucking much because I'm not media trained.
You said a lot of things that if people Yeah, this is like I think people are gonna appreciate this, bro. I think fans of you are gonna appreciate this. I just want to say, like, I got you, bro. I'm inspired by you, like real shit. I have certain friends that like certain people in my life that really motivate me, and it's even past like it's that drive, bro. That's really what it is. I'm inspired by hunger. I'm inspired by other people. I'm happy to see people win. Like, and if somebody's dope, I'm gonna tell them they're dope. That's what it is.
100%.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
What's up?
You ain't gonna be a loser, baby.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Hey yo, yeah, no, thank you for having us again, bro.
Yeah, let's wrap this shit up.
This
Shit,
has
we
been
in
fucking.
LA.
Yeah, this
Go
has been episode 2 of season 2, bro. The intro, we came in a little hot on the intro. I think the audio might be a little fucked up, so I'm sorry about that.
We gonna say fuck it. We gonna chop it up. We gonna drop this shit regardless, even if we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We might have to cut I don't know. We might have to cut the intro and be like,
yeah, we gonna figure it out.
You know what's crazy? Last thing I would say.
You good.
I just remembered how I really met Yuri. This is why it's just important. It was a mistake he made. I just remembered. He had an interview, because what you said, he had an interview, I think it was, I don't know who the artist was, but he fucked up the audio. And Adam said, audio's fucked up for the interview. Y'all can thank at Harmonious Yuri.
Yeah.
So when he tagged him, I went to his page and like, who's Yuri? You know, then I started seeing his YouTube. Then I started finding his content.
Wow.
Then I started.
See,
So
it be
it was
little
all
shit like
because
that.
of an accident he made that was
Little
actually
shit.
allowed me to write myself and his shit, which allowed him to write me into their shit. Like, bro, full circle. So yeah, shout out.
Love
to
that.
him.
Love. That's a great spot to leave, Matt.
For sure.
We thank you guys for fucking tuning in. Thank you once again, bro, for having us.
Episode 2.
Episode 2 of season 2. This has been
Y'all
crazy.
go drink some Mountain Valley water.
I came fucking over 2,000 miles to make this happen. This is really for you guys, man. So we hope you enjoyed this shit. A lot of dope guests on the way. Stay tuned, man. I don't care if I'm in LA right now. I don't care where I'm at. Check out fucking artists from the 757, dude. That's really home base for the show. We made an exception to come out. We don't really do this. But it's still about the 757, man.
Facts, nah, for sure. And also, shout out to Future Selmir and Future Turtle, because them niggas is rich as shit.
Come on. I like that. We thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. And catch you next time. Peace.
Bet.
Bro, that was hard as shit. I got to piss so fucking bad.
Yeah, go ahead. For sure.